he's trying to get everyone focused on you, and he's smiling with a slightly sly smile. I don't know how Maggie got on top of this table. I don't know if that was
I think
so I asked
you were told
for
to like go to the front of the room
I
where like
was
the king
I was
seat.
like I was like, there's a chair at the front of, the like official chair at the front of the room, and we said yes, but couldn't find it.
Oh,
So
you
I
mean
was
like
like,
the big chair?
yeah, like this is
Yes.
the chair that the leader.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She
we're
wants
still
the
in base.
leader's chair. I
forgot
remember
we're
that
still
very
in base.
specifically. You were
Couldn't
like,
make a
I want to
chair.
sit in the fancy chair.
Yes.
So it's gonna be the big chair.
And I was told there was a chair, but since I couldn't find it, I thought, standing on the table was a good. Okay.
Okay,
Here we go.
first and foremost, and I'm going to be very clear about this, where is the angel?
Completely missed.
Our angel?
She was
She's right there.
seen.
She's right
No,
there.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, never mind. I was panicking, like, no, this is bad.
Yeah, she's chill. She was chilling with
She
us.
left.
looks much more angelic today, but although
Yes.
still a little bit like innocent and starry-eyed and like that.
Whatever
little
we do,
confused.
don't
She's
let her
still,
go to the internet.
she's still
We'll be
figuring
screwed.
herself
It's
out.
one
Yeah,
of those Lancer situations where you have to lock yourself and then move yourself.
it might be.
You better lock yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh my
Wow.
Yeah.
You are
Rob, what are you smoking today?
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna ask. You are in rare form, my friend. It's not a bad thing. You just are
I'll
in
have what
rare
he's
form.
having.
Charles put it so very
it's
gently.
the-
What are you smoking?
It's the hours of artistry. It
That's
drives you
exactly what
insane.
it is.
Yeah,
Would
he's
not be
gone
surprised.
bonkers. All right.
It's all because you maybe have to draw curly hair!
Sorry, not sorry. Listen, I didn't even mention the wolf companion. Okay.
That is
Oh,
true.
you son of a bitch!
No, it's fine. I would never expect that. Okay, so back to the meeting at hand.
No, I want to go and just be more and more annoying and derail this whole thing.
I mean,
Someone put Fontiev in a corner. Back.
you can't put baby in a
No
corner.
one
No,
puts
but
Monty in a
it-
corner until he does the thing from Dirty Dancing, okay?
No one. Okay.
No one
Okay,
puts
perfect.
Fontiev in a
Maggie's
So-
in the picture. Bam.
Thank you. Wow. All right, now we can officially begin.
corner.
All right. Well, if no one has anything particularly valuable to say to start this meeting, I'd like to
Cromlin
get a
raises his hand.
status report. Okay. Gromlin, please go ahead first. I assume everyone goes quiet.
Yes, everyone goes
good.
quiet.
Okay. We know like kindergarten level rules. That's good.
Cromlin says, Miss Maggie, I assume Miss is your, title. Anyway, he says that me and the boys have been doing some scouting, and, seems, several things have happened. First of all, the city guard has something bad happened at the city guard headquarters. There was all sorts of red lights and explosions and infernal symbols and stuff like that. People say, "Whoa!" He says, and they seem to have fucked off over to the West Hills Training Center. And I heard the rumors says they're going to do some kind of separate rapture. Really not sure what that's about. And
What
then
time?
James says, "I know what that's about. I can tell you all about it."
Gromlin, what time? Oh, wait. Actually, sorry. I forgot about. Gromlin, what time did these lights and alarms go off?
He says, "Well, they happened about 6 p.m. or later yesterday." He says, after that, it seemed like the Cardinal and Cardinal Milton's Father Pana seemed to be in control, given that the governor is, he gestured the governors over there, governors are here with us. And they started, brutally forcing everyone out of their homes and forcing everyone to go inside either the cathedral or the hospital and camp there, while they surrounded the buildings with those mutant cronies of theirs. He says, so most of the city is practically abandoned at this point. He says, people have been chased out of their homes. It's real bad. And the governor speaks up and he adds, yes, I heard many people were crying and begging to be saved now that they see the government does not have their best interest at heart.
Interesting. Marsha, any updates on the? Is Marsha in this room?
I think she's
She is on the
probably-
room next door. But would she be in
Can
this room?
we say we called her in for this important
I mean, I
meeting?
can just go get her while you are discussing. That's
Marcia,
fine.
is Marcia here? I can't see very well through all these people. If she's not here, could someone fetch her, please?
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia.
I will
Why
do
is it
so.
always Marcia?
I will do so.
Sure, Jane.
Okay. 6 p.m. Was that after we destroyed the egg?
I'm not sure exactly.
I can't remember.
I think it was after, he says, yeah. Marcia says, oh, sorry. Oh, what did you need, Miss Maggie?
Marcia, do you have any update on the research I asked you to conduct?
Yes, you wanted me to use the cured Kanto folk to either try to come up with a cure or something else, right? Or to solve the issue which allowed you to be detected through your disguise by the Emperor's minions.
Yes,
What about
we
my
asked
request to
you
find the center of
for.
the Tootsie Pop?
We asked you for. Someone give this man a lollipop. We
Oh my
asked
God.
you to. Sorry, that totally threw me
Yes.
off.
She says, I do believe I can prevent I can use it to prevent at least 3 of you from being detected.
Perfect.
Alternatively, I could use it to manufacture a certain dose of cure for the plague. And Jinx says, "Oh, well, that won't be necessary. Me and my friends have developed an entirely much more efficient and economic cure."
We'll come back to that, Jinx. I believe. Well, let me put it this way. If the zealots can detect us, then it makes it harder for us to run them out of the city. And if we can't run them out of the city, then we can't really produce much more cure and everyone will die anyway.
Well, if we have enough for 3 of us to be hidden, the 3 who are easiest to detect by the zealots, correct? They would be
Precisely.
the ones to use it.
That seems like just the proper amount.
Lord Vesuvius speaks up. He says, "If I may,
Go ahead. You may.
He says, my great grandfather," and he slaps the skeleton on the back, causing him to go to kind of clatter a little
Rattle
bit.
a little bit.
Wiggles, yeah.
No,
Rattled his
no.
bones.
I
Little
worked
wiggle.
very hard to get that thing here.
You're
It
like, that is an
required a lot of
antique.
effort.
That is an antique. What is
Oh
going
god, what's happening?
Don't worry about that.
Generic elves.
Generic elves. Oh my god.
He says,
Rave party.
my great grandfather here has confirmed for us that in these times of great need, in which many of us love and need of the true gods, he says the ancestors of the dwarves may rise. He says we must send an expedition into the old dwarf tombs, so that our forefathers and mothers may join us in this righteous struggle. And the skeleton says, "Yes."
As wonderful
Okay,
as that
putting
does
that
sound.
onto the list of things of growing things we have to do.
Well,
Not
as
ominous at
wonderful
all.
as that does sound, I don't think that this is a poor decision. We have another rapture tonight, correct?
Yes.
I
That
believe,
is our number 1 thing to prevent.
Lord V says, according to my scouts, this is their last stand. If we defeat them today, the city will be saved forever. And people kind of nod and go, "Yeah, we're going to do it." They all seem kind of fired up.
So then we should focus on the task at hand.
Create a rapture using the
Indeed.
entire city. Now they have retreated to only a small location which they have much greater control over. We smash that and we have broken them.
Indeed. We have the cathedral, and if I understand correctly, the hospital is also a location that we are considering must be destroyed, or at least wrested out of the hands of the enemy.
I
Latha
think
steps forward and she says, "I have information about that."
Proceed.
The Honorable Judge Maggie will now hear your proceeding.
she is the head of this group. I mean,
She says, "Since the according to what my minions and friends," she says, "have observed, the Cardinal and the High Inquisitor of the land are supervising this final rapture, and they were quite surprised and dismayed to see that the the Lord Baradus, Lord General of the whole city's army, did desert, and they don't know what he's talking about in the second capture. In the meantime, they have taken advantage and enslaved all of the workers in Lady Catra's mine and transformed them into something called gemlings to use as replacement infantry. Those are being fed up through the underground tunnels, through the hospital.
Do you think that there's a way to stop these gemlins from being transported? As a first defense, if you will.
Lady Carter says, yes, we can collapse the tunnels. I believe that might stop them, although I do mourn for all the good miners we lost. She says, I'd rather we find some way to relieve them of control. I'm not sure exactly how this transformation works. It must be foul magic.
If we were to collapse the tunnels, that would that trap them in an underground chamber, or would they be immediately crushed under the, in the tunnel?
Well, she says, we do have some technology that I have been keeping from the empires. They do not approve of such things.
Is it the clapper? I know it's the clapper.
Call it black powder, she says. So we could explode and collapse many lengths of tunnel, depending on where we place them.
Cliff's eyes widen and he says, "Boom, boom, dust."
And Fontiev just takes an immediate, slightly wide step away from Kiff.
Lord B chuckles. He says, "Yeah, old lady C's got some pretty neat tricks. She's been that aren't licensed for proper distribution from our God Emperor and people. Everyone kind of chuckles. And Lady Katranot, she says, I have several golems who serve as my bodyguards. we have teams working on them.
It is worth considering a temporary cave-in, and perhaps after we can tunnel in and free those who are trapped underneath, if they won't be immediately crushed under the debris. But
I agree with this. I think that the best decision is to block them off as best as we can and potentially try not to kill them, but if it must be, it must be.
Meanwhile, Kira comes over and punches I think Yllaxis on the shoulder. Wait, no, it wasn't Yllaxis. Who did she promise with? It was Maggie, right?
Kira was the cleric? Yes.
Kira's the cleric.
To speak with dead?
Yeah. So Kira says, Maggie, I believe there was something we agreed to.
There is indeed, and we will get to that.
No, you can't sell Kiff.
Very shortly. Did she come over to me?
I think that since you're in the big chair, I think she would just kind of speak up. I don't think she would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And Gromlin says, he keeps raising his hand. He's like, Maggie.
Yes, Gromlin.
May I speak?
Go ahead.
He says, well, Bethany's real important to me, and we haven't seen her, and she last thing she said, she was going to go try to rally the good folks at the wizard school and rescue the governor's wife. And the governor's eyebrows raised. He says, I think if we could go find her, maybe we could get some of those people on our side too, for the final assault.
Indeed. Well, if the final assault is to be on the cathedral, I think we need to have quite a good idea of what it is that we're up against and judge whether the time in finding more allies or resources would truly be beneficial to us versus attacking before they're fully prepared.
I think it may be beneficial to have more people, especially if we are going to have to close down those caves, which are funneling through the wizard school anyway, correct? If we're going there, we can do two things at once.
Are they funneling under the wizard school?
Well, we
Lotha
could-
speaks up again. She says, I should note that many of the tunnels have been sealed by some sort of metal barrier, but if we go through the Underdark, there are ways.
Metal barrier, you say?
Mhm.
Haven't
Yes,
ever
I-
seen
you
one
ready
of
to go,
those.
Yllaxis?
I do believe we
Not me.
encountered something like that. What is happening behind us?
There's like a commotion in the hallway.
There's
Oh,
some
boy.
elves.
Okay, I'm standing back there. What do I see?
You see a bunch of elves. One of them seems to be in charge. He says,
one-
I am going to take the edge of my bow and just start poking Marvis in the ass to get him to turn around.
Kiffo looks like he's also going to say something. Go ahead.
Kiff would like to go to the doorway and look at this man and say, "Sorry, members only," and then shut the door.
He said,
Oh, he's so small.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remember, on the official Discord server, there is a Kiff fan club.
Yes, we will be doing questions and stuff at 9, but there is a Kiff Discord.
To stop you closing the door, so you can totally close the door.
Okay. I think the door pieces are locked, but oh, there you go. You got it.
They are not locked for the DM.
I'll let you guys do that.
And then Kiff will walk back into the room and say, "Excuse me, proceed."
Thank you, Kiff. So
I'm
does
gonna shoot
anyone-
a look back at like Fontiev and
Lotha
just to
sighs
like,
bitterly. She says, thank you. Those
you wanna
rebels.
go see those guys? You wanna go see what they're doing out
I'm-
there?
There is an army of them out there. I ain't going out there by myself.
I mean,
Fuck
I'll go with you. I don't think
yeah,
there's.
no, seriously, like I'm gonna poke like Marvis, you and Yllaxis like, there's a thing.
I think we
you
should
might
do at
wanna
least some.
investigate.
Yeah, I'll go out there with you. Here,
We should go out there in general to discuss with them, but
Sorry.
let's
Actually-
finish up in here
well,
for
I
a
think
moment.
they're gonna just leave if we
Yeah,
let them.
so yeah,
Why
we're gonna
don't-
go.
Why don't we split into 2 groups?
Oh yeah, splitting the part. That's always working.
Listen, we're not gonna be fighting in here,
We're like
hopefully.
within 200 feet of
Yeah, we'll be okay. Well,
Yeah.
we already fought in here once. We can do it again. We
Yeah,
were all
Fontiev-
millions of miles away.
Altier will count. He can count to 4.
Yeah.
He will tap to 4
They will.
times
Oh.
if he senses that I'm distressed. Then he
Okay,
will
so
stay
do you
here.
want to go and do you want me to stay then?
Well,
Because I don't
yes,
speak
I will
Elvish.
go. Yes, I will go. I guess Fontiev, you wanted to go. If it's just the 2 of us, that's okay by
I
me.
think Marvis is going as well, but I'm not
Marvis,
100%
you as
sure.
well?
Roldan.
I think you're on mute, Roland.
I'm gonna stay by the door just in case somebody else.
Okay, you're gonna hang out at the front of the door. That's fine.
Yeah.
So two going, 1 staying,
None shall
3
pass
in the
Black
parlor.
Knight.
I just think that someone who speaks Elvish might be a better fit than me.
Well, I
They
speak
They might
Elvish,
listen.
so-
They might. Oh, that's true. They might. I don't know. They might just listen to Yllaxis more than me, because her goddess is an elf, and mine is an egg. Actually, it's a lizard, but still.
My goddess is an egg.
My goddess is an
great.
actual egg. His name is Harvey.
His name is Semyana.
He has a
Thank you
pamphlet.
very much. He has a loincloth.
Harvey's a 6-foot bunny rabbit that only Jimmy Stewart can see. Rob, okay?
I knew it.
Thoroughly offended. Okay, if you guys want to go do that.
He says, hey, you guys have any meat around here? We haven't had burgers yet. You know, it's a little lazy.
I will reply, do not worry, there is plenty to go around here. We will decide once we have finished discussing. I understand you may be hungry.
On the werewolves, people, you can hear people saying this. They smell terrible.
Yeah, I thought this was.
I'm
going to be a
chilling with the
continental
werewolves. I think they're
breakfast.
awesome. I'm just gonna let them know, like, please let us know if it becomes a dire need.
Kiff will approach the werewolves and say, "Hello, friends," and hand them each a sausage.
They say, hey, it's
Oh,
little
right.
man.
Yeah, they
And,
like
kept
Kiff a
hand out
lot.
also just-
I will hand them the sausages and go, "Leftovers, breakfast. Good eats. Here."
Oh, he says, nice. He says, he's just looking for more spices.
More
In due
spices.
time. Must save world first.
It's
These
Flavor
are-
Wizard all over again.
And on that delightful note, does anyone have information on the cathedral? How to potentially break in, shepherd those inside out of it, destroy the entire thing once the civilians are evacuated, etc., etc. You've all been living here for quite some time.
Norris and Harris speak up. Where's Harris? No, he's somewhere. But here's Norris. Oh no, here's this is Harris.
Here's Norris.
They should be together.
Here's Jackie.
No, we'd really rather do this with General Barados. He'd be an excellent advisor for this situation. But we do know some things about it. They said we can draw you a plan of it.
That would be excellent if you.
All right. So they say the obvious part about it is that there's a bell tower, and I'm gonna draw it over here, but I'm probably gonna make it into a paint file later.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
let's say there's the main chapel, right? It's a huge room. You know, it's got a peaked roof. There's all kinds of spires on it, way high up, and then there's the bell tower back here, right? Then we got the Hospital Hope, which does definitely extend underground. It's quite a complex in and of itself.
You're not drawing that right now in the TTS, correct?
Yep, I'll make a if it.
Okay,
I'll make
that's
a,
fine. No, that's fine. I just can't. I didn't know if I needed to be looking at something.
And there's the separate meditation chambers. There's the four chapels. Wolf Chapel.
And there's the Starbucks.
Please, it's a big area. They have 2 Starbucks.
Oh no,
Directly
wait, I was
next to
wrong.
each other.
It's the Tim Hortons.
Oh.
Timbits.
If anyone from Canada is watching this, you're welcome.
And then we got the Quafers, you might say. This is where
Oh yeah, the Quakers.
the priests and
It's a regional phrase, isn't it? I've heard that.
Oh no.
So he says, I guess without knowing more information, he says, I'm sure Lord B would have a lot more, but we could try to sneak in through the bell towers, and we got some sort of air support here. If not, we could probably. The Silent Chapel is a pretty good way to sneak in too. Nobody expects me to come there.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
It does abut the prayer garden.
It connects to the prayer garden?
It connects to the prayer garden, which has some very thick trees.
That's a solid option. Not that I'm the stealthiest, but that sounds good.
He says, I would expect all entrances to be heavily guarded by the most loyal and mindless troops. But if we can be undetected, at least on the break-in.
Wait, did he say most loyal and mindless?
Accurate.
Correct.
Yes. Zealotry.
Yeah. The
Gotcha.
zealots.
The main problem is we still don't know exactly how this rapture is going to happen. Clearly, it's some sort of spell, some sort of magic, some sort of spell. So there's probably going to be some kind of perimeter or
boundary, spell boundary,
or something. Yeah. Kind of like those eggs were like spaced around the city. But I'm not.
No, I know the plan. I know exactly what's going to happen. He's going to cancel everyone's Netflix account at the same time, and then everyone's going to panic.
Oh no, the horror!
Do you think it may be something that is visible, or if it might be something below the chapel itself? Because those eggs were rather large.
There was a lot of construction. We saw a lot of people going in between the walls. There was something being placed in between the walls. We figured there's some sort of magical conductor network through the walls, but we don't know exactly how it works.
That would make sense for a spell. You need some type of focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when they give the signal, it'll like go with a big zap, and everyone inside the chapel is going to be transported somewhere real bad.
Perhaps somewhere where they can't even breathe.
Could be. He says, God, if I know. Gods. And he laughs to say, yeah, we're going to have to start saying gods instead of God.
It may take some time, but that is okay. Mistakes happen.
I assume this is going to be like a very difficult check anyway, but just for the heck of it, can I roll Arcana and see if the description of like putting some materials in the walls is reminiscent of any spells or large scale things I might have heard of, or would I just assume this is like some planar shift circle?
So, out of character,
Yeah, you can roll.
because Kiff wasn't there, but Bara was when they started doing this for people in Codwick.
Yeah.
Was there something on the ground? I'm trying to remember. Was there like a because it was a circle. that all
So I
people
think
in
the
the
circle.
Oh, you mean
yeah,
during
it
There
was
was
vampire
like
a
thing?
circle that opened up.
yeah,
It was the night before the vampire.
it
thing,
was,
or
but
the,
it
actually
was
the morning.
I think it was the corruptors popped out,
Yes.
and the guy was doing like the yeah, because I also remember that it was a giant like a circle,
There
and
was
people started
definitely
like
a
straight up
circle.
screaming in agony, and everyone was like, "That doesn't sound right." And then we
Yeah.
fought a corruptor and almost died, and it was great.
Yep.
But then we all lived.
Anyone who was like trapped in the light or so.
Correct. It was like a
of the
purple light circle,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Maggie. So with your role, you're just trying to get any information about this, or
Yeah, just to see if there's like anything not specific that like I would have heard of, or any indicator of how to safely disrupt, like traditionally when you have a spell that's like a circle, like if you're trying to trap something inside, you just break the circle, but sometimes it doesn't work. So, like, does this sound familiar? And would I have an indication of like
Right,
how we
like
could
magic
potentially
circle. If you
safely,
smudge
yeah,
the magic circle, it does not work.
exactly. Yes.
okay, sure.
Okay. I rolled a natural 20.
It's
That's
Christmas
exciting.
morning, everyone.
That's so exciting! Yay!
It was such a silly, like it just twisted. But
You're just so
yeah.
happy. You're like, I rolled a 20. Yay!
Right here.
This
So
is like a variation on the teleportation circle spell.
On the teleportation circle
A
spell?
variation on that, yeah.
Okay.
So it could be done just with chalk or something, but for this side, they're going to need to have a lot of chanters ready setting it up. So there's going to be people spaced around, and you're sure that they're going to have redundancy as well. You're already.
Oh, you're breathing into the mic really bad.
Yeah,
Rob.
someone.
Oh, sorry. I'm drawing. I forget to
you
breathe.
are.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, my man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It was
if you
like
ever wonder,
it was
if you're ever
soft.
curious about when I'm drawing during stream,
It's when you
for
breathe.
the heavy breathing.
It was
Right,
like
concentrated.
it was manageable for a while, and then it was
Yes.
just like a huge
Yeah.
exhale, and I was like, I heard nothing else. Okay, so
Say lovey.
yeah, variation on the teleportation circle, probably a lot of chanters and like safe fail safes, safeguards.
So it's not going to be able to disrupt it just by casting one spell or one counter spell. There's probably going to be a variety of either tuning forks or crystals used as reinforcements, as well as a variety of chanters to keep the spell going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yep. All right. Well, indeed, we'll probably need a concentrated force to deal with all of that at the same time.
I agree. More people might be best for that.
Indeed. And on that note, we were speculating on the location, or I guess what had happened to Lord Baroness. Did someone say they had any inclination or idea?
Yes, Jinx speaks up.
Or inkling, not inclination.
Myself and Latha, she says, and you see Kira glaring at them, are quite confident we know exactly where he's being held. There's a training lodge used often by the local city guard in some hills to the west. It's kind of like a wilderness place where they come to teach new recruits. It's nice where the higher officers go to relax and do hiking trips. And sort of. They've gone there. We suspect they have been. That the Lord himself has been captured into some contract by devils under the command of stuff. And
under the command of who? You cut out slightly.
Mephistopheles.
Ah.
And they have successfully duped not only all the commander's soldiers, but also the imperial officers as well. They are disguised devils, and they are going to create a fake rapture that will spare all the souls of all the soldiers to hell, which will be quite unfortunate, don't you think?
Indeed.
But devils can't lie.
They certainly can't lie, but they can offer some very tempting bargains. She chuckles. She says, for example, what if they told Lord Badness that he had to submit to possession, or else they would tell everyone about some very dark and dirty secret he had to the whole city?
Out of character, I would say he's the dumbest person ever.
In character, you just smile and nod and just pretend you don't want to raise your mace on his face.
You know an awful lot about devils and Mephistopheles, and where they would have taken him. Pray tell how you came by this knowledge.
She says, well, as Careless might say, a little bird told me. And a lot of people kind of chuckle at that.
I don't chuckle.
In Elvish, I
Look
say,
at her.
in Elvish, I say, "Are you a devil?"
She just kind of ignores Yllaxis. Yllaxis, are you like hanging out with the other elves or not?
I was planning on it, but that scene wasn't going, so I'm
Okay.
waiting my turn.
Okay, you can be here then.
I mean, I was planning on it.
She was
I didn't.
planning on going
Yeah,
over there.
like,
I think just like
we were
nothing has
splitting
happened
up.
yet.
Font and I were going over there. I just haven't had anything to do, so I've just been waiting patiently. Is all.
Do you want to cut to them and then we'll come back?
Up to you. That's fine. You can finish up if you'd like.
I think ours is gonna take a while.
Yeah.
I say why don't you two go for it? Because
Yes,
I
it's-
think that this is going to be longer than your thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Especially because we might
We also
might
need to
be
make
about
plans.
to confront
Yeah.
some devils, so
Yeah.
we'll
Okay.
see what happens.
So Yllaxis goes to the chapel.
With Fontiev, who said he was coming with me unless he's too much of a coward.
Dang! Oh my gosh.
Speaks
Oh,
Elvish.
someone's
He should
vicious
go.
tonight.
I'm rubbing off on her.
Yeah. Woof.
God, Mom, jeez.
So the chapel has also been completely reset, Charles? Is it like cleaned and fixed up?
I think that elven
You see
people
a bunch
were.
of elves like sweeping it up, and they have crafted a bunch of little elf statues that are listed here.
Gotcha.
They
Yep.
are, what you see is you see them. This guy is kind of leading them in a prayer, praising each of the gods and goddesses for their good qualities, and asking for guidance. And people are kind of orderly and law abiding.
Do I recognize them from last night or no?
Yeah, this is the same group of generic elves that you saw last night.
Ah, yes, the generics. Yes.
The
So
generics.
memorable.
Yes, of course, the generics.
Not to be confused with these people over here who are a different.
Not to be confused with the
The green
Ah.
generics and the red generics are different.
Generic A
correct?
and generic B. Very good.
Yes, generic.
These are the people who are worshiping the cult of passion.
the Genarians, yes.
Right.
Yes.
The Genarians.
As they're doing it, I remark and I say, "What lovely work on the shrines."
Say what the guy in charge, who shall be known as Elf Shaman Lawrence, speaks up and he says, "Thank you." He says, "You look like you are one of our people as well in Elvish."
In Elvish, I also respond, "I am. My mother was an elf."
It's wonderful to have you because we're very excited that a new age in the city will begin when everyone can be true to their heritage and the beliefs of their ancestors, their mothers and fathers.
As am I, as I present the symbol of Australia to him.
He says, "Yes, your goddess is well known. She represents freedom, as she always dances by the light. Do you know the other ones?" And he introduces the other gods.
I've read a little bit about them. Yes, in a book. I wanted to ask, what is your plan for the next couple of days?
Well, he said, we wanted to participate in this strategic meeting over there, but apparently we weren't wanted. And he looks a little miffed, but not too bad.
You weren't wanted? Why not?
There's a little kobold who simply shut us out.
Oh,
And we
he's
says we were
lying.
very polite. We don't mean to intrude. I mean,
No, he was just
Only wish-
hungry. He was just hungry. Get him a sandwich. It'll be all better.
Or a blood sausage. He seems to be into that today.
Here. I actually take out the treat that I bought previously, and I give it to him. If you give this to the kobold, he'll let you all in. Listen, I was wondering, did you have any interest in helping us create your dream and make it a reality?
Yes, he says. In fact, there was a group of elves who has for a long time had issue with the city and the forced worship of that human, very corrupt god, and they went out into the woods. But and we're going to go contact them and see if they would aid our cause. And he says, I'm really sure they will, but we just need to do it safely.
Oh, absolutely. Where would this be, and how do you plan to do it safely?
He says, let's go look at the map.
Let us.
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map.
Alrighty, there's the map.
He says that there's the whoa.
What is happening?
Map just
Oh
flipped
no, he used
and
the map spell. We're all
destroyed
gonna die now.
everything.
The map spell.
Power word map.
Everyone dies.
Grimward level 10 spell.
He says, so we've heard that there's a wood elf camp here. He says, and they've been, we haven't really agreed with them that we wanted to divorce ourselves totally from urban life, as they have, but they are very self-reliant, and I'm sure they will aid us. They have a camp just across the river to the northeast, in the woods, and I will update that.
About how long do you think it would take you to get there?
He says, well, we don't have any druids among us, but if someone could perhaps summon, I don't know, 8 giant owls, probably not too fast.
Perhaps.
Probably not too fast.
If someone could
You
just
mean not
summon
too
a
short?
I
Long.
do understand. It takes like forever to walk 2 blocks. I totally get it.
Yeah.
It takes like 5 hours to walk 2 blocks.
You think you planned ahead in time, but then you just run into traffic.
He says, and we have nothing against dwarves. Really, we're very happy to have been hosted in this very dwarfish fortress here. But we do think that a revolution needs true diversity to be powerful enough to.
It's just everything is so small.
Well, it's not necessarily small. It's just very wide. It's all of the height has gone outward instead of upward. That's how I feel of dwarf things. Continue. Sorry.
I do agree that there's a need for this needs to be a people's revolution of all peoples. You're absolutely right. What is your plan to get these people into the city? Obviously, you said you need to contact them, but then we need to get them back. How do you plan on doing that?
We know they have many druids among themselves, and they are quite good at transport via plants and other such things.
I have a couple of friends that are druids. Perhaps one of them can get in contact through magical means to get them here. Would that work?
That could work, although I do recommend that whoever does so be either an elf or a half-elf, so they can be a bit insular.
Well, I checked one of those boxes, but not both.
I see. Carlos is human, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Carlos is human, yeah.
Thanks.
Marilinda here is an elf.
Oh, Marilinda's here? I didn't even know that. Oh, she could contact then. That would be perfect.
Ooh, tell her I say hi. I don't know who she is, but tell her I say hi.
She's my aunt, darling.
Oh, tell her I say hi.
We've met her a bunch.
Fontiev says hello.
Hi!
You're standing next to her. I'm not.
You tell her
Am
you
I?
said hi. Yes. She's in the...
Wait, I told myself to tell you, Yllaxis, tell me to tell you that I said hi. Yes.
Yes, accurate.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to speak to one of my druidic friends who are of elvish descent, and she can probably relay a message.
Okay, sounds good, he says. I just wanted to make sure that our suggestion was included on the strategic.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. As I take his hand, and I feel like it's more of an elvish custom not to shake hands, but more to do like a polite bow.
Yeah, they do like a fancy bow, like a lot of.
What about the customary elvish chest bump?
That is a Feywild thing. So I do that, and I say thank you, and I'll make sure your voices are heard. And I go back to the meeting.
Okay.
Just want to say I was zoomed in on our conference room and just saw the map
The map spinning
slowly
around.
floating. No,
That's terrifying.
slowly
Oh,
floating
that's
into
so.
view, and I was like, and then it spun.
Yes,
But
I saw that as
it was
well.
like a Macy's Day float or
The
balloon.
map spell, the most powerful of all of the fucking spells.
Power word map. It is truly OP spell. All right.
All right.
So back to the conference room.
Yes, back to that.
Alright.
Okay. So we were talking about Lord Baroness and that he may have made some deal and been taken to the oh shit. Some
The Western Hills Training Center.
Western Hills Training Center. Okay.
She says, we can lead you there. She says, and you'll be glad to know, we do have a way to convert people who have been suffering from that terrible red agony plague and making them into much happier people. And she, Latha, and Serena all nod. And again, yes.
Does this conversion mean that they lose free will?
Of course not. No, we are believers, and we worship the passion itself. That is the essence of free will. The people should do whatever they want all the time. No restrictions. We believe in freedom.
It seems as if the people who you were leading were not necessarily doing of their own bidding. It seemed as if you were the one controlling them. Is this not correct?
It's not correct at all. She says, I don't control them. I'm merely a facilitator. I merely introduce them to the concept.
So you
Who
introduce
does
them to the
control them?
concept, but they will follow you until they die. You have said that they are complicit, correct?
Oh no, she says. No, and this time Serena speaks up. She says, no, the cult of passion encourages expression of all emotions, including anger, jealousy. We just believe that everyone must express everything in their heart, no matter how small, to feel better.
The cult of passion, I presume then that you answer or answer to or worship some higher being or deity that has opened your eyes to this.
They look at each other and then they say no. And they smile.
Insight check immediately.
Insight check, yeah.
Yeah. And insight.
I'm so scared to roll
Oh
that
my
same
God.
dice 'cause it's all downhill from there.
I rolled a 2.
I got an 18
That's a 10 total. Yeah.
Beat their deception, so it's up to your judgment.
Who did? Neither of us did?
Neither. Yeah, neither.
Okay. I'm sorry, I just couldn't hear you. You cut out slightly.
Well, we still don't believe them because
Yeah,
we know what
trusting is not what we... Yeah. Neither of us is
That just
necessarily
means
trusting.
that we
I'm just quiet.
could not verify.
Meanwhile, Cyril speaks up. He says, I'm sorry, I heard a rumor. I think someone said they'd seen evidence of the Black Pharaoh in this land. Is that true? And people kind of whisper and murmur and kind of look at him. And Serena says, you hear Serena saying to him, not now.
No, this is a fair point. What can you tell us of this Black Pharaoh?
Says, well,
In detail, please.
So he repeats his story. Basically, he was an elf in a different world, and it was overrun with monsters. And he slowly established a wonderful kingdom where everyone lived in peace and harmony. And it was elves at first, and he welcomed everyone in, and it was really great. But their oracle had a prophecy about some kind of evil Black Pharaoh coming out of some pyramid to the west. And they checked it out, and eventually it destroyed the entire world. None of their weapons could have any impact on him at all. He seemed completely invulnerable to anything. And they had to flee. The only way they could flee was how Serena helped bind their souls in soul gems, of which only a few survived to bring them here.
So you have no idea what the Black Pharaoh is?
No, but Serena told me she overheard your group speaking about it. She says, I'm sorry if that was a breach of privacy, but it seemed quite important.
How
And he kind of pats Serena's shoulder, and Serena nods sagely.
how long ago was that?
Serena says, "Oh, I don't remember." And she gives you a flat expression.
I'm not trying to quite figure out your age, darling. Relax. But a
Kiff is
ballpark
going-
might be nice.
Cyril says, "You mean how long ago was my world destroyed?"
Yes.
He says, "I really don't know how to measure the years I was stuck in that gym. It passed like I was sleeping, you know?"
Would Havanara know?
Harvanara says, I felt as though I was sleeping for a very long time as well, but it must be at least several hundred years.
So this... Go on.
Kiff is going to target Yllaxis like he does to get her attention, and just speak to her kind of softly and draconic. Do we let them know?
I'm going to murmur back if I hear that. I don't think we should keep secrets.
I think I agree.
Okay then. Then Kiff will walk up to next to Maggie's big chair and say, "Squeeze me," one more time, and he's gonna climb up to the table so everyone sees him.
I love
And
him.
Shan reaches
Squeeze
over
me,
and
good
tries to squeeze him.
Kiff will get up on the table and say, "Kiff see Pharaoh man after he die for a minute or so."
Sarah looks totally shocked. He says, "Are you serious?" He says, I can't believe it, Serena. You were exactly right." He says, "What did you see?"
Kiff said, "Yes. After egg blow up and Kiff become live again, Kiff look to right and see man, not dressed for weather. Must be very cold. But Kiff ask, and man say, no, not cold. Dress this all way all the time. He says something about master.
He looks. His face is just shattered. He says, "No. He has infinite forms. His every word is a lie. You must not trust anything he says." And Lord Vesuvius says, "This is getting very off track. Can we focus here? We have like a situation that we need to focus on. We need to get the dwarf ancestors up in here."
I'm gonna just answer the Cyril and just be like, we have never trusted anything he said. We have only merely been looked at. We do not have too much time. Lord Vesuvius is correct. For now, as much as we do want to explain what has gone on and discuss many paths that we all have been taking, we need to decide what is best for all of us to stay alive. I'm going to look over at Jinx and Serena and say, and all of us being able to keep ourselves free. And then I'm going to look back at everyone else and happy. Yeah, I don't care. If they want to be alive and have freedom and do their thing, I don't give a fuck. Right now, our job is to keep everyone, as many people as we can, alive.
Kiff will turn to Dromik and then turn back and say, yes.
Yes.
Everyone agrees. So Gromlin says, "What's it going to be? What's our first step?"
Yllaxis, do you have anything to report from discussing with the elves?
Yes, absolutely. Perhaps, and I turn to my aunt and say, perhaps you're familiar with these people. There seems to be a group of wood elves that live on just over the river to the northeast of the city.
Marvis comes over to Yllaxis, gives her a quick hug, and she says, "It's wonderful to see you back, my niece."
It's wonderful to see you back too. Hopefully Fontiev told you I said hello. If that was trans.
Hi!
Are you familiar with anyone who lives over the river?
She said, "I've heard rumors that there are enclaves of wood elves, but I don't know the details. Do you have concrete information?"
Fairly concrete. There's a location over here in a camp, and I point to a map and say it's over here on the river, and those elves over there told me about it, and They were going to try to get in communications with them, and it's best if it's a wood elf or half elf, and druids are super helpful, and they are druids.
Great, just says, would you like me and Carlos and Ebony here to get on that?
I think that would be a good use of time. Perhaps you should do the majority of the speaking. My understanding is they're a bit proud of their culture.
She says, naturally. Carlos says, shall we leave at once, Commander Yllaxis? Giving you a little smile.
Immediately, sir.
Say, yes, ma'am, and they start hustling out of here with a trot from the source.
Kiff will see them leaving, and he'll give the cheesiest little, like, 5-year-old kid salute.
Ebony will give you a snort in response. So they are going to go out, and they're going to go do that.
Alright.
Or at least they're going to try.
So we have a potential of getting more people of multiple cultures, which I think is the best choice, to help defend against this emperor. I think
Mercy pipes up. She says, is there something I can do? I would have helped too.
Can you bring down an
And
army
Jinx says,
of
you can help
angels
us.
and help us wipe everything out?
I think Mercy may be best
Mercy
staying with
us.
someone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else.
For the time being.
She is still learning much about herself.
Indeed. Now,
Says,
the
I want
west...
to go hang out with that passion cult. I feel like they have so much wisdom.
I feel like
look at Yllaxis.
I feel like there's other wisdoms you should learn about first.
Okay.
Fontiev just pulls out a deck of cards and starts to teach her how to play solitaire. Like this is the most wisest game of all. Learn to play this until we return.
Where?
Sorry, Kiff will say, Kiff not learn much in woods, but Kiff do learn one thing. People called cult, usually not good.
Indeed.
Horses named Colt are good, though.
And then people called Usain Bolt really fast.
Lord Vesuvius, he raises a finger. He says, I would like to object a bit. I mean, he says, in Dwarven culture, the groups of clerics who worship a certain god, while acknowledging the truth of other gods, are sometimes known as the cult. For example, the cult of Baranar, for whom this fortress is named.
This is all very, very fascinating, but can
Cults
someone clarify where the Western Hills Trading Center is? I'm having some trouble finding it on this map we have here.
Oh, yes. And Jinx hurries over and she marks it on your map, which I will do in a second.
Yeah, that's fine. I will turn to Lord Vesuvius and say, yes, this is true. We do not know everything about each other's cultures and lives. Something
yes,
I look forward to learning.
The word is an abbreviation for culture, and it should be respected as such.
Wise words. That's all I have to say.
Norris said, so if you don't mind, could we go try to rescue our commander? I mean, he's a great man. I don't know what happened to him, but I really think we should try to get him out of that place.
So let's...
Where is
He's
it on
not
the
the
map?
Hills training place, the West Hills?
I am attempting to draw it on the map and RP at the same time.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So let's discuss our the things that we have available to us, because we should make a plan to go as methodically as possible from one to the next, the way that will benefit us most.
Right, and I think to that end we should try to focus on different areas. For example, if we were going to try to do this wizard school in the governor's mansion, those are in one area. I assume the Western Hills Training Center is to the west, which is not where that is.
Depends
but yeah,
on
I think
how far west it is.
Because
we have a knight.
Yeah.
As much as we do want to save everyone, we may need to we need to make the decision that saves the most people first.
And
Let's split up. We can cover more ground that way.
No.
If Jinx, if you don't mind, perhaps we can deliberate by ourselves for just a moment to really decide whose talents are best allocated where.
If you would like to go do something on your own, I don't think that anyone would object, but We
know
need to
what?
decide as a group.
Let's
know what,
discuss it amongst.
Jinx, we're gonna assign you a role very shortly. Don't go
Yes.
too far.
Yes. In fact, we can assign everyone a role just as soon as we've deliberated amongst ourselves, if you don't mind giving us just a moment.
And we need absolute quiet. There will be no singing songs outside.
Everyone in the room gets quiet.
Or inside for that matter, but yes.
Aw, but it's karaoke night.
So
No.
are we stepping out of the room or
I don't think it matters
I
too
think being in the room
much.
is okay, especially
Yeah.
because we're trying to keep as open of a table as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
fair enough?
Sure,
Okay.
take your time. Yeah,
So it
you
seems
can
like
have a
our
recess.
options are free Lord Baroness and try to get the city guard on our side to gain more reinforcements that way. Or go after the wizarding school, rescue Bethany, and perhaps the governor's wife. That's another option for potentially finding more reinforcements.
By the way, just to
Um,
clarify, are you guys awake like in a private room now?
No,
Or
we
do you
said we
already
would
have-
stay. We would
We're
stay in the
here.
room.
We're kind of just having a
We're
small,
ruminating.
quiet,
A
yeah,
s- a
discussion.
small aside, if you will.
I
Yeah,
have
we're still in the room.
I have
I don't think we're
departed my
hiding.
big chair, and I think we are kind of
Discussing.
discussing like in a corner.
Yeah, I don't think we would be like
This person.
whispering to each other, but we need to make our decision.
Okay.
Kiff will hop off the table and go over to Click and Ban and go, guys, boom boom dust.
And then Fontiev just immediately takes another wide step away from Kiff.
I don't know if that was in common or not, but yes, another option is collapsing the tunnels, as was discussed previously, to see whether that could prevent reinforcements on the Empire side.
Well, I mean,
What else?
is it just a mining expedition at that point? I mean, I understand that there are miners down there, right? We don't have any dwarves in our party, but perhaps, um, what's her name? Lady, whatever her name is.
Lady,
Catra?
whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
She has control of stakes in the mines. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't see why we couldn't just ask her to,
Help us as
Indeed.
well.
coordinate that with
Well,
the miners.
At this point, we're discussing what potentially needs to be accomplished, and then we can assign everyone to relevant tasks.
Fair. I didn't
Um,
realize there were more than those three things.
People
I-
ask for a lot.
I think it's those are the three main ones, but what
Yeah.
else did you
There
want
was
to dis-
one more. Lord Vesuvius, you said that you wanted to go to the ancestral tombs of your dwarven ancestors and rally them. Is that what you
If it
said?
is true, that our cause is just in favor of the old gods and the gods of our family, then it was right for us to have the power of our ancestors. He raises his little hammer. He says, "My friend Martel has told me of this," and Martel adds, "He's you do not claim their support. I have heard rumors that the Lich King may steal it for himself."
Oh dear.
Yeah, that might be
And-
something we look into.
Yep. And where is this ancestral tomb located?
Deep underground. Deep underground beneath Carthan. Slightly to the north, but he says, I can show you the way. I was taken there by my grandparents, says Lord V.
If you've been taken there, do you know approximately how long it may take to get down there?
The actual journey shouldn't take more than 30 minutes. Assuming none of the bridges or tunnels have collapsed.
In other words,
All
it's
right.
about a block and a half.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There it is.
Yeah, that's
There it
in
is.
game time, not in player time.
Oh, right. No,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Right,
asking
right.
in game time.
No, that's yeah.
I
Oh,
think
wait,
that
wait,
may
Sean,
be a
what if it
wise
doesn't take 2
decision.
blocks? What if it takes 3?
Oh shit,
We're gonna
dead.
die. Yeah.
We're dead.
That's it. We won't make it to the rapture.
Well,
We'll be
next
dead before
campaign.
then. Yep.
I think we should make our decision not hastily, as quickly as
Yeah.
possible.
I
Only
agree.
because I think that deliberating and answering nonsense questions and comments may take away from the time we have to get to the rapture.
Completely agree. I'm trying to figure out just like where everything is,
Yeah,
including like
I
they
think,
said they wanted to collapse tunnels. Where
yeah,
would those
if you
tunnels
could
be?
possibly tell us. So the tunnels are in the mine. What is all in the mine? The miners are in the mine. The tunnels are in the mine.
Gemlins are in the mine.
Yes, that's what I mean. The tunnels to collapse with the gemlins are in the mine. The
They
miners
intersect with the tunnel. They fork off of the same tunnel that goes to the dwarven tombs.
Oh, perfect. Okay, we're trying to get our bearings as to what is closest.
Because like just off of this map to the north is mountains.
Okay.
So, the miners
So
generally split into
both
north,
the
but
mines
dwarves prefer to travel underground and deliver their
That's
goods
awesome.
underground. You know, they have carts and stuff.
So both the mines and the dwarven ancestors parts are close to each other, correct? Close-ish.
They're closer than other things. Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
not
if
super far apart.
If they have a fork within the same tunnel,
they're relatively close. Yeah, they're close enough to do both.
That depends. Do you have to walk 2 blocks after the fork, or? Also, I just saw where the West Hills Training Center is. That is far.
Where's the West Hills?
It's
Oh yeah, that's rather far.
That's at
Marsh
least
says,
6
you guys can summon 8 owls whenever you want, right? Those can take you pretty fast.
We can't summon 8 owls whenever we want. We can summon owls 3 times, and then I have no more summons to fight with. So it's not whenever we want. It's when I can do it. It's not as easy as it seems. I promise. Sometimes I get tired, but I am happy to do so to help us travel.
Kiff is going to tug on Maggie's dress, so to get her attention, and kind of get up on his tippy toes and whisper to her. He'll say, "City guard, not very brave, not good fighters. May not be worth time."
Indeed.
I think they might be
if they're
something
that
later.
Far away.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, and then
Kiff will then turn to Lord Vesuvius and go, "In Ancestor Tunnel, more bone friends like him?" And he'll point to Martel.
Yeah, very bony, very friend.
I think anything that can take stuff away from the Lich King is a good decision.
Yeah,
he was not our friend earlier. Now, he also wasn't necessarily our enemy, but...
Kiff will turn back to Maggie and go, "More bone friends, good friends."
Indeed.
So I think that, out of character, I think our... Well, in character too is fine. I'm thinking that we should go... Definitely those 2 things back to back, for sure. We know that those 2 are in the north. We know we need to be at the cathedral. What about the Wizard College? Does that mix into any of this? What were we supposed to do there? Sorry, there was a lot of things thrown at us, and my brain hurts.
I agree.
It seems like the whole kind of intention of this exercise is to pick certain things and sacrifice others.
Well, yes, I know, but I need to know what we can get to. If there is a better way to get to as much as possible without exhausting ourselves, we're going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm trying to do is I want to know everything that we need to do. I want to know exactly where it is so that we can plot a course and go for it. Because if we have a set plan to go 1, 2, 3, 4 rapture, we're going to have a better chance at doing it all than putzing around and discussing what we need to do next.
Yeah,
agreed. I think maybe... Okay, yes. Sorry, excuse me. If that is the case, I think it's obvious that the tombs are just so close, and there's good
Agreed.
Good benefit to go there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of where are we going second, and
well, I think it's tombs to mines because they are interconnected. After mines, where do we go?
Do we even need to go to the mines? Katra has the explosives. She can probably take people. Like, we can go up to the fork. We go.
That's a good question to ask.
Underground,
and then go to the Ancestor.
Relegate. Yeah, so I think we can go to the 2 maybe
They can go to the mines?
At least Katra and her people can go to the mines, collapse the tunnels, and then
Perhaps
so
bring
that
some miners
is
back?
that all? Yeah, Charles, is that all south of where we are? Because we're pretty. So is that farther north?
I forgot to draw this.
Sorry, I
place
hit a
on
wrong button.
I have to do that. Yeah, I gotta add that to the map.
Okay.
You are north of the town. You are about 30
Sorry,
minutes
guys, I hit a
walk.
wrong
Right.
button.
So we're north of the town, but are we north of the mines as well, or are the mines further north than where
West
we
of
are?
the mines. So you're like on the same
Okay.
latitude as
Yeah,
the same
that-
horizontal lines
That makes sense.
as the mines proper.
Okay. Because I think
So of
we
all these
had-
things, probably the gem mines are closest.
The gem
Yeah.
mines are?
Yes.
they are, but I also feel like that's the thing that may need our expertise the least because
I agree.
she has the gunpowder or the black powder, can collapse that. I think we should go to
If
the
you'd like
tomb.
more information, you can ask her about that.
Yeah. I think we just want to get an idea before we start.
I think that's a good idea.
Again. And then after that, my thought is maybe we do check out the wizarding school because if we need a large force
I
to
would agree with that.
disrupt this magic circle, that has many fail safes and like gems and stuff, they were doing a lot of research on summoning and portals and stuff, and they might have knowledge of how to
I'm inclined to agree with that. I
disrupt
think
that.
that's a very good idea.
So,
Especially if we're already heading like south from there, we would pass them on the way to the cathedral.
so my take: go in the tunnel, the whole gang.
Mhm.
Have Katra and her crew split off, do the mine thing. We go
Yep.
get the power of dwarven ancestors, double back to the wizard school, see what we can get there, and then head over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
agree.
that's a good plan. Does anyone else have any objections, any questions, comments? Now is the time to say them. In our group, not in everyone.
Yeah. The only other thing I will add is perhaps we let the cults duke it out with each other.
What do you mean?
Well, Jinx and Latha and such want a task, and they're worried about the other devils.
Oh, so have them just go?
At this
I
point,
mean, I was just gonna hand Jinx a mop, but if you want to do that,
No, I think that might be a good idea to
I mean,
to
my
have
thought is
them
like
them and their
One thing-
followers go. Yeah, I
out
mean,
of character, we have two warring devil factions. One of them is trying to create a rapture, and the other one is trying to like subjugate or mind
steal a
brainwash
bunch of people. Yeah, brainwash them.
Honestly, maybe we just let them fight each other. And then
okay,
Or
that's-
we
we
introduce
don't
a
deal with it.
third faction that just wants to make waffles.
Well, that and the good thing about that would be that we don't have to worry about Mercy being
Oh god,
subjugated
yeah.
to them.
We have to take her with us.
Well, yeah, I know that's going to be the hard part. I
well,
think that having her with us is a good idea, though.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. We already know some of us know that there's another devil who's doing things in the capital with
Right, there's
his
devils
underlings,
everywhere.
So yeah, I think maybe just last campaign
Have them
we
duke it out,
we
and if
spent
it's the
too
ones
much
who
focus
kind of
on
are
the
nice to
fiends.
us, right?
Yeah.
If there's one that
we
likes
destroyed
us,
ourselves.
listen, if there's a
So-
fiend set that will work with us for now, like if we want to send them and see if they fare and if they live, that's great, and if they die, that's also fine. It's like middle of the road for us. Having them on our side for this moment is fine. Don't trust them as far as I can throw them.
I
Look,
don't
we're
trust.
not-
I don't
we're-
like them at all.
We're not making deals with them. As far as we know.
Yeah, no, I agree. Giving
Ye-
them a
yeah.
task is a good idea. Instead of giving them nothing to do and having them twiddle their thumbs and perhaps collect more people.
Agreed. By the way, I'm going to turn around and say, just as, we were discussing this, turn to Latha and Jinx and if Serena's there. By the way, what can you all tell us about Felix? And I want to see their reaction.
They look at each other, and Latha speaks up. She says, according to my divination, Felix is a disguised pit fiend. Not invincible, she says, not invincible, but with enough attention, we could seriously defeat him. She says, I think leaving his cult unopposed is a bad idea. You know, as he says, as soon as you have any fiend in your midst, she says, they will use whatever evil corrupting means they have to gather more followers and slaves and that sort of thing.
Indeed, they will.
We can fight them all by ourselves here, but with your help, we could really stop that threat.
Do you think the fiends are sort of a, I don't know, winner-take-all sort of society? For example, if a cult leader loses to another cult leader, the other ones are sworn to them or something like that?
It depends. By the way, at this point, Kira comes up to Maggie and elbows Maggie in the side. And
I'm gonna look at Kira and just give her a little back off look. I'm not gonna have her ruin this right now. And I'm just gonna put my hand motion to push my hand down. Just don't stir the pot. We're doing something.
Lotha says, you see, there's two main kinds of fiends. There's devils and demons. Demons they're just kind of infinite. They appear whenever anyone does anything bad. So you just leave whatever. But with devils, they only grow when they pledge themselves into an infernal deal. So that means they are finite and they can be stamped out for good. And that's what I think we should do.
How would we go about doing that if we were to decide to go to this this other cult?
She says, quite simple. I believe that Lord General Barnes has been, he signed a contract to get himself possessed. If that is true, then we must simply cast, protection from evil or remove curse on him. The spirit will be cast out, and he will command the troops to fight the devils, and then I'm sure there's plenty of troops there to overpower the devils. They're only held enthralled by the deception. And if they overcome them, we will have a great new force we can use to crush whatever remains of this oppressive in this town.
This is wonderful. How long do you think they'll be able to withstand by themselves? To be honest, they are not our top priority. We do have things closer that may help us more.
She says, yes, this town still needs defense. I mean, we are on the edge of civilization here. There are crazy troll and orc and ogre raiders all over this.
I don't appreciate that.
The King and the Dragons. The town needs to have a defense force.
I think the town is doing fine. I thought you liked true freedom.
Oh god. Oh god, what just happened?
The map.
A door just flew out of the sky.
And then
no,
the map.
No, it's being reloaded. The map
20d10 damage.
The map fluked. Power word map. The map got glitched underneath something and flung it.
Lotha does a little curtsy and she says, it is your decision, for you are the redeemers. And people say, yeah, redeemers, reclaimers, and they all cheer for you guys.
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all.
I just don't like being revered. I don't really like being revered. It's weird.
I don't like some of these particular. Anyway.
Oh, I don't truly care for her, but she has said that she is for true, not chaos, but independence, and yet she says we need order in our town. I don't understand how those two make sense.
Yep.
She says, did you say that out loud, or are you just out of character?
No, it's out of character. But
okay.
that's I mean, Dromik is chaotic neutral, or he's neutral actually.
Okay. He seems like reasonable neutral, but yeah, go ahead.
He is he's not necessarily lawful though. He just kind of does what he needs to be alive.
Yeah.
So if that happens to be following a rule, it will be. If it also happens to be breaking rules, it will also be.
Kiff, however, chaotic neutral.
Yeah, Kiff is definitely chaotic neutral.
Druids are chaotic good.
Yeah, you're like chaotic. I would say you're chaotic good at this point. You're pretty good.
He means well. He always
You've
means
done
well.
lots of good. And
He
the
means
intentions
well,
are
but he means
most
for
important.
destruction.
The intentions are really what makes it.
Yeah.
Maggie's gonna turn to Kira and say, I know what we discussed.
Whisper or not whisper?
Whispering. I know what we discussed. There are some very urgent, pressing matters at hand, I believe that in order to save the city, perhaps we can come to what we discussed after stopping the rapture.
These 3 people all roll insight check on your whispers. So.
That wouldn't be an insight check. That would be a perception.
Okay, fine. They roll perception checks.
That would 100% be perception.
It'd actually be an athletics check because they're using the strength of their ears.
The strength of their ears.
So,
yeah. What do I have to? Do I have to roll anything since we were trying? I was trying to.
Are
be
you trying to
quiet?
whisper
Wouldn't that be
quietly?
stealth?
Yeah. Stealth or sleight of hand?
Sleight of
whisper?
hand is hand.
Sleight of
Yeah, it
stealth
would be.
hand?
It
Do
would be
stealth,
like
I guess.
stealth? Question
Sure.
mark?
It would be like stealth.
Stealth? I don't really know.
Like, oh my
I've
god.
been betrayed by my dice.
Oh no.
That's if it's stealth, that's a 5 total.
No, they hear you.
Yep, definitely.
Well, she only
Yllaxis
said
says,
that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear. What are you guys talking about?
Doesn't concern you.
I mean, I'm just gonna say that we have matters that are pressing that are in the city.
Just
We are
as
putting
you've been
what is
asking,
first.
just as you've been asking for us to put our resources in certain places, others have also been inquiring to the same thing. We are our services are very, very highly sought after. Anyway, Kira,
Services.
do we have
Great.
yeah?
It's
now looks a little
per day.
She says, I thought, like, Jesus, they're fiends. They could
What?
just ruin everything we've worked for. She tries to whisper, but she's not very good at whispering.
Hey, I mean, if I'm just gonna turn around and say, listen, we know what we're doing. If you do not trust us, then you can seek your own help. But we have a method. We need to decide what is most important first. And
What is most urgent?
exactly. And I mean,
We're
look
working on
around
a
look
time
around the
limit.
table. I'm just going to like put my arms out, like look at the people who are here. You may not trust every single one of them, but right now we are all going to be working together to fight and end the horrible tragedy that is about to happen to many, many people. I think
Fontiev
that
just
that is
standing
the
there in
most
astonishment
important
because he's
thing to
never
look at.
heard Dromik talk this clear before.
Oh yeah, listen, Dromik he needs to he talks when he needs to, and now is the time. The people at this table have come here.
I have never
to
heard you
do
speak so
a job.
eloquently before.
Okay.
As Shan claps her Dromik speech with the window, but she sees nobody else is clapping, she stops.
I don't care.
Lady Katra, in order to collapse the tunnels, how many people would you need?
She says, well, there's a lot of those gemling creatures. They're not very strong, but there's just so many of them. I would need at least some capable fighters to clear enough space to collapse the tunnel.
Would potentially 5 werewolves help? 4
She
werewolves?
says,
They work.
They
for
are
gnomes.
incredibly good at fighting. From what we have seen firsthand. And if they are willing
Johnson
to.
says, I don't know, gemling doesn't sound very tasty. Everybody kind of gasps a little bit. and
Kiff
backs.
says, yes, sound too crunchy.
I'm going to say in Draconic, we're trying to get them to go. What are you doing? And then I'm going to look back at the werewolves and say, if you are successful, we will have the lovely
Feast?
folks here, yes, prepare you a feast that you will truly appreciate. The sausage you had, dwarven sausage. It is delicious.
You mean they kind of look at each other and then they look at the dwarves.
It's not made of
Not
dwarves.
made of dwarves.
That's all I'm
The
going to
dwarves
say.
are
It's
the
not
ones
made of
who made
dwarves.
it. Yeah, I think we all
It's made
a
of
dwarf
picked up
sandwich.
on that.
cow.
Bettina
I mean-
says, I hope you understand. We do bear a curse that we have not found the cure for. But the curse drives us to devour intelligent beings, and people kind of gasp. So we get kind of crazy if we don't do it, but we can try to help with the gem things. We can try to.
Kiff will speak to Dromik in Draconic. and he
Fontiev
will.
just like kind of strokes his brow. Oh, thank God I'm not intelligent.
King Cyril says, "Are you seriously going to have these cursed beasts as? And you could
We're
trust them?"
working
Was
with
Kiff saying
lots of
something?
cursed beasts right now,
Yeah.
Lord Cyril. King Cyril.
We're working
pardon
with
me.
you, aren't we?
Serena says, "I agree with Maggie," and she pats him on the shoulder and says, "It's going to be just fine, sir."
Kiff wants to discuss with Dromik and Draconic about how he thinks the werewolves might be better used in helping with the wizard school raid. As one, it will kind of satiate their bloodlust. After all, wizards are typically more on the plump,
More
tender
sentient.
side and more intelligent.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad Maggie can't hear this.
Don't worry, I'm taking notes for you, darling.
2, just their overwhelming largeness and power might be
You know,
enough to
actually,
overwhelm
I do agree with this,
wizards.
Kiff.
And
Mhm.
3, who knows, maybe in
We
all of
can
those
find a way
archives, they
to-
might find a
Mhm.
cure to their lycanthropy.
You know what? Maybe that is a good decision. I have changed my mind. I'm going to say in common.
And
Wait,
then,
wait. What if the
Kip,
cure is Diet Sprite? We can solve this in 4 seconds.
Kip will say, see, sometimes Kip have good brain thoughts sometimes.
I will say what Kiff said. Why don't the werewolf troop meet with us to go to the wizard school? The people there will be slightly more intelligent than the beasts you'll find in the mines, and much easier prey.
Kip will turn to Dromik and then turn back to the werewolves and go, more fun, hunt. Tastes better when hunt good, right?
I'm
Sounds-
also gonna say it's like Kiff says, good eats. Just
Kiff
reminding everyone, I do have the ability to heal myself by eating a person. Like,
Yep.
I do have the ability bite,
That is
and have used it
genuinely
previously.
terrifying.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
fine.
a lizard. That's a lizard person or lizard folk
Yeah.
thing.
Folk.
Yeah.
Quick question. Just are we like fighting the wizards, or are we gonna kind of
There
cut off the
is
head of their group?
Groblin says, "I
probably
don't really know what happened over there. I mean, Bethany
Uh.
said she thought there was a lot of people that would be on our side, but I haven't heard from her."
so.
And then,
Well,
the chaos
doesn't hurt to
follow
bring
up.
some muscle.
Yeah, my guess is there probably is a decent amount of maybe the faculty that is still on
It's still chilling.
the other side.
Yeah.
The opposite of chilling.
There's
Yeah.
a
Like
Okay.
just because that the leader has been taken
Or
out
there
doesn't
is
mean the rest of the
potentially,
cell is gone.
It seemed as if the faculty was actually more open to us, whereas maybe not.
there
There
was
were certain
one faculty member
Yes.
that we were told was like probably a decent person.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
A cool person. Chillin',
His
if you will.
name- Yeah, his name
Yes.
started with an H, and I
Chillin'
can't.
villain.
Can I make
Okay.
a slight recommendation?
Please.
You know how wizards and Maggie, I mean no offense to this at all. You know
Well-
how they're very prideful of their work and they want to be the best of all the wizards and
Wow.
such.
Offended, called out, attacked in my
So
own
Attacked in my own dojo.
conference room.
So
By God.
I have a badge that the Mistress badge. Perhaps we can have them sort of, you know, offer that as sort of a chestnut for them as incentive to joining us. They can prove that they are the greatest wizard in all of this continent. Of course, Maggie is, but they don't have to know
you.
that.
Out of curiosity,
I think you're just making her look more
fellow
tasty to the
werewolves.
werewolves.
No, oh no, don't say that. Dear werewolves, do you have any magical detection abilities, by the way?
Detection.
Yes.
Tina
Is
says,
that
"Well,
like
I have some. I am. You may call me a witch, so I have some druidic and some wizard spells."
Hmm.
Would you have something specific in mind?
Yes, I I can presume that if we are going to the wizard school, there's a good possibility we'll encounter someone who is very hard to detect or see. And I was wondering if that might be something you could counteract somehow.
Just detect magic spell.
That wouldn't work, unfortunately. But anyway,
Gromwell says, "Whoa, what do you mean? What do you mean someone you can't see?"
gonna get to that. Just a moment. Who do we have here? Norris and Harris and Lieutenant Donald, would you perhaps be able to assist Lady Catra with sealing the mines and recruiting whoever she could?
Donald says, "With all due respect, ma'am," and then the other guys pat him and shake his head. He says, "No, I get it. You're the commander now. Yeah, we'll help the lady. We can handle this."
I'm gonna say
Lady
to them,
Catra, do you think that
Hold
is
on.
enough?
I would like to say to the three of them, I understand you want your commander back. We do also want to help him and the rest of the city guard. Thank you. We need to do what is most poignant first. As much as we do want to save everyone, it may not be we may not be able to do that ourselves. We need to go into groups and we need to work together to do as much as we possibly can.
Indeed.
Kiff will turn and say, "What point of city guard if city not there?"
And Lieutenant Donald, as the lieutenant, I believe it is your responsibility in times when your commander is otherwise indisposed that you, well, rise to the occasion.
He says, "Well, I am the highest ranking here so far, I suppose."
Indeed.
Oh
So
yeah,
perhaps
smooth
you're
it on there.
perfect to rally the miners, and if that goes well, or sorry, after that goes well, then also sorry, I was just reading a message. Then you can also rally the city guard. They'll need someone to follow if we cannot bring Lord Baroness to the city before the rapture.
Shall we go right away?
I think so. So well, we'll depart soon, but you will accompany Lady Catra first, and then after that, I believe you're perfect to rouse the city guard to our cause. Yes? Is everyone in agreement?
I think this is a great
Yes.
idea.
Yes.
No?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Great.
Sorry, I muted myself on my microphone. For you guys.
That's
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
So these guys are going to go off and get ready.
Okay. Great. Lord Vesuvius, we will head with you to the ancestral tombs, and then after that attempt to go to the my brain is not working today.
The
The
ancestral
wizarding
tomb.
school. Yes.
How do
Oh.
brains?
Yes, tombs and then school.
Yes. Oh man. Now Latha Governor Gaius, perhaps since we're heading in that
The city still will need government, and after all, the institutions of the church have been destroyed, and people have great faith in me. It would
indeed.
do wonders for people's happiness to see that my wife, who is, dare say, more popular than I am, has survived okay.
Well, it is crucial that you come out of this alive to help restore order once the city is recovered from
Thank you.
these
It's good
enemies.
that you have respect for traditional institutions.
Indeed. Now, I'm not sure that if this is going to be a dangerous task, perhaps it is best that we have you remain in a secure location until you can be summoned and
Until
brought to
we bring
safety.
your wife, yeah.
Indeed.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so you want him to stay here?
I think so.
Okay.
I assume
Yes.
someone else is going to be here with him. Sorry,
Yes.
Kiff, did you have something
I
to...
was just gonna say, I find it funny that Maggie said indeed to that, while meanwhile she's basically the vanguard of the proletariat.
I'm
Listen,
just saying
this is a
whatever
big
the people
city.
need to hear, okay?
This is a
It's
big
politics.
city. Exactly. This is a big city. We're not trying to change that much here. Carthen is very different than this city.
Okay, he's been assigned.
Okay. Dear
Werewolves are
you will-
definitely getting antsy, and they kind of like when Gromlin tries to talk to them, Chef Johnson kind of snaps at him, and he's like, "Whoa!" And they're kind of getting like drooly.
Oh boy.
And Kira is trying
They're
to
just like smart person.
I mean, we said they were coming with us. It should be time to go soon.
Yeah, perhaps we should provide them with a snack before leaving.
Yeah, we can do that. I don't know
All
what
right.
the snack would be. Quick, someone get
I
them a
don't know.
person to snack on.
Kiff?
I have
Oh.
I have the dwarven
I thought
sausage.
said we're gonna give him Kiff.
No. I was saying, Kiff, this sounds like a job for you, but
Well, I think
Yllaxis,
it needs to be
Sean, I didn't
sentient.
realize you were still here.
He's here. He's
Actually,
just
on
on the
that
tabletop
note-
simulator.
Okay. Yes.
Cliff was going to say, fur friends getting antsy. Cliff take them on quick hunt. Go get
Perfect.
Hierophant, we be back.
No.
Okay.
You're not going to get
I
a
mean-
On one hand,
Hierophant?
awesome. On one hand,
Kiff,
awesome. On the other
no.
hand, I feel like we're being cruel to the Hierophant.
Kiff,
No.
no, we are most certainly not. But
No,
Kiff,
we're not.
I do believe that I hope that was hyperbole.
Sorry.
You are not actually going to find a Hierophant right now.
Yeah, a Hierophant would be bad. Very, very
Anyway.
Cliff goes, Cliff cocks his head because he doesn't know what the word hyperbole is. But he goes, he just thinks for a second and goes, we find Poopy Godguard and hunt that.
Sure. Just make sure that you're back within, I don't know. How soon do you think we're leaving? 20 minutes? Half an hour? Sooner? I don't know.
And Cliff will turn
Maggie
back to
doesn't know.
the werewolves and go, with these friends and this, and he takes his big ass crossbow out and goes, should be short.
Excellent. We'll see you soon.
And then we never saw
Yeah.
Kiff again.
Cliff will turn to the werewolves and go, come on, friends, let's hunt dangerous game. And we will leave the room.
Okay. That sounds like a risky business. This is interesting.
Why are you doing that?
So,
I'm doing that because
you know
Sarah
you're
was
gonna
muted.
die.
You're muted this whole time.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, I haven't said much. I said, why did you do that? You know you're gonna die. Like, I'm just
Because
telling you, you just
otherwise-
signed.
Otherwise, they're all going to go into bloodlust and try to
Why
murder
don't
all
we
of us.
just take them with us, though? I'm very
we are
against
gonna
you
take
going
them with
alone. We
us.
were literally about to leave. And
Not for nothing, the things I think underground are probably bony, with no meat on them.
we still shouldn't. Like, I don't feel right letting Kiff just like wander off with a pack of
Oh, no, I
bloodlusty
agree.
werewolves, and B, to go find a Hierophant. Do you remember fighting them? They're a pain in the dick. I just don't. I think you're signing your own grave. Like, you're writing your own tombstone.
I was kind of assuming that this was going to be more of like a we're taking a quick jaunt outside and seeing what is
It
around
needs
the
to be an
perimeter and not
intelligent life
actually
thing.
hunting a Hierophant.
Yeah,
because-
that was more what I was going for. I wasn't going to actually.
Then why did you say Hierophant? Just say, let's go outside and see what we can find.
Because that was just the first thing that came to
Let's
my
go outside and get down to
He was
business.
me and Kiff. That's why.
Okay. I'm not gonna tell you no. I'm just gonna tell you, if you die, I will not feel bad for you. You have decided to do this.
That's fine.
Like I feel like we need to give them a snack before we go underground.
I don't disagree with you.
Until you guys are sure. They
I
do seem hungry.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, but they need a sentient life. An intelligent life form.
The sausage won't work.
No.
Let them eat the devils.
I mean, I was thinking that too.
Yeah,
but
I
knowing
mean, I
our luck,
agree. But
knowing
then
our
a
luck,
fight.
she's gonna be like, "Would you like some music with your dinner?" And
Yeah.
then that would be that.
Yeah.
And then we have devil werewolves. It would be a whole thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
no,
Dromik.
yeah, that's yes.
Dromik, you know how you can cast a spell and you make animals come?
Are they considered sentient? Are they considered intelligent life form? I am not sure.
They are spirits in magical form. So
summons
they're
are not.
Meat.
I don't think.
If you do like planar binding, then yeah. But if it's like sub conjure animals, it's not gonna be meaty.
Okay,
It's
how
gonna go
about this?
What about summon? Summon versus conjure.
I will look it up.
Summon. So there's one that is if you lose concentration, you have to the beast goes wild and does not disappear, which is
Oh, do you
summon.
Summon Beast from Tasha's Cauldron?
No, I'm just wondering because I know that conjure is a conjure where it's a spiritual being, but a summon is different than a conjure. I'm wondering, would a summon work and a conjure not? I don't have any conjure animals, but I'm just wondering for future reference.
So there's that new book recently, which is called Tasha's.
Yeah, Tasha's thing.
It has something called Summon Beast. It's concentration for an hour. It's second level spell, and it is a spirit. And when it dies, it disappears.
I'm not thinking about conjure beast. I'm thinking because that is not what I'm.
Beast.
I'm sorry. I'm not thinking of summon beast. I'm thinking of elemental summon and whatnot. Like there is two different. Hold on. Let me see if I can. No, cat. Sorry, I had to scare my cat with air. There is conjure animals, but there is also conjure elemental, and conjure elemental, the elemental does not go away, it stays in form, and you just lose control of it, similar to conjure fey, which I did not take, but it is possible. So the ones that stay, would those be considered meat?
There's fire elementals made of fire.
No, I'm asking for the fey one, the Feywild one.
Conjure Fey?
Yes, there is a 5th level or 6th level spell, Conjure Fey. And when you or if you lose concentration, they do not disappear. They get mad, just like the Conjure Elemental. Would that be considered
It could.
Okay.
It could.
I'm just wondering for future reference.
It might be bad luck to do so, but
I'm not going to. I don't have the spell prepared. I'm just wondering.
It does say that if you're summoning the actual creature, or you could summon the actual creature.
Did anyone's Discord just freak out and reboot for a second?
There were a couple of weirdnesses, but it should be fine. We were just discussing how to do things. But yeah, my creatures don't. Oh, there it goes. I just disconnected. There we go. Mine just freaked out now. It was my turn. But yeah, no, none of those
Have any material cost, which is good.
Right. No, I was just wondering. So none of my spells would work. And like I said, it needs to be an intelligent life form, which I don't think any of my animals are considered intelligent. Altier's considered intelligent.
It has to be made of meat and it has to be
not eating Altier.
I know.
How about this?
I know.
How about this instead of the big old
He is more
thing
intelligent
we're
than the
going
ones
through?
that I do.
How about I take the boys and gal upstairs, we go get a couple of those shitty kids, and they eat them, and we come back.
Oh.
Which is going all kind of wrong.
Yeah, sure.
Nazis.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm 100% fine with that.
We will be back.
I don't think everyone's fine with that. Dromik is fine with that.
Okay, so you're going upstairs. I'm a little confused.
So I don't know the layout between here to the tunnels that we have to go to.
Yep.
But the werewolves are getting hungry. They're getting antsy. Kiff is a hunter. Kiff understands what they're doing. He lived in the woods forever. He went hungry without being able to catch stuff for a while.
Weren't you also raised by wolves?
I also was raised by wolves, so I totally get their plight. So Kiff is going to take all of them up. We're going to go murder some shitty Emperor youth kids. They can have their nice little dinner, and then they'll be satiated and ready to come with us.
Okay, so you can certainly try to do that. Did you want, we know that you can go to the Underdark tunnels over here, which could potentially go anywhere. Or there's a more specific tunnel that's a little ways away to the south of here that goes back towards.
I think so. We're not in the city right now. We're at the fort, which is north of the city.
I finally added this fort to the map, so it's a little bit north of the city.
Yeah.
I think it's might be another map.
I think Matt thought we were still in the city.
Because before we were in the Stone Grinder pub basement.
I didn't understand the where we were in terms of Carthan. So
this is the trees. You're in the woods.
I guess we're not doing that, so you guys better get ready for werewolves to start attacking us.
All right. Well, in
Just
that
saying.
case,
Well, we just need to leave now. We can say, do what you will. We need to go. At this point, like, just Maggie, assign people to go places, and we have to leave.
yep. Yllaxis, what is Sean still here? Yo. Do you have an
So
opinion
I will also
regarding?
point out right now, it is also 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Let's assign these people, and then
Yeah,
we
I
can
then
think
take our
yeah,
break.
and
I
then
agree with
take our
that.
break. Once
I
we
think
come
that's
back,
perfect.
we'll
Any-
then head to task.
Any specific people? Elena, you were going to ask me about?
Yes, those of us who are still in the room, if this is before, if Kiff isn't leaving with them because we're not actually in the city, with those of us remaining, do you have any input? You know, we have some hungry werewolves and some very fine people devoted to passion.
Yes, but some people become passionate about what they eat. If you understand what I'm saying. Perhaps those two are the least likely people we want together.
Out of
Fair enough.
character, we can always just murk the governor. That's
Oh,
one last thing we have to worry about.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
not
that's true.
like enough to feed
That
how many? 5 werewolves.
5 werewolves, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have any of the Hollyphants or the fiends that we killed yesterday left over. Are those bodies
I was
decomposed?
just gonna ask that, yeah.
Lord V says, yeah, we took him out and threw him in the river, to get flows down to God knows where in the under.
Oh my god, useless.
It flows down to the house of the poopy priest.
Oh, it's Duncan here.
Duncan.
Oh!
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
She
this
said
is Rob
useless, and it got my mind thinking.
You know what? That little traitor, you know what? If you see him, eat him. Fully condone this. Also, if you see
And
a
the
high
highest assassin.
assassin, that's a bit, yeah. Invisible, eat her too.
I don't think they'd see her, but yes, please, that she's
They will
fine
smell
too.
her.
I know.
They will smell her.
Well, will they if she is
Okay,
non-detection?
so who's going where?
Anyway.
The werewolves, it says, are starting to say, like, look, guys, if you don't have a plan for us, we're gonna go figure something out. And they start getting a little...
Essentially,
So let's tell them
I'm
to
just
meet us at a certain time.
out of-
Oh, go ahead.
yeah,
Just
maybe
have rendezvous.
just tell how just meet us at the wizard school.
Rendezvous. Don't use
Yeah,
the word meet around
we'll
Yes,
let's
rendezvous.
Yes, as Yllaxis says, let's rendezvous at the wizarding school in what will probably be at least an hour or few, because knowing our schedule, try not to eat so many of the good people. There are a bunch of youth Nazis. We highly recommend.
Yeah, Kiff will
munching
say
on
Highly
those.
recommend the angry children.
the boys
Yes.
with the armbands are easy prey.
Yes, and you know that the blood is really flowing through them because they're just
Oh no.
angry about
Oh no, they're
nothing
blood boys.
useful.
Oh no.
This is going all kinds of wrong real quick.
But yeah, you can
Oy.
eat them at any point in time.
I'm just assuming some of these comments are out of character because these people would
Yes, they are. They
Well,
are.
it's just Gromlin and a bunch of fiends. So, you know.
He says you wouldn't serve Duncan on a platter.
Oh no, not Duncan.
No,
I'm
merely in
sorry.
jest.
I was confused about the names. There was someone else whose name changed a couple
These guys,
times.
we're gonna go take care of some business, and they just kind of
Yes.
bonk open
Yeah.
the doors.
We
We
did
will
say
rendezvous with you at the wizarding school. Great idea, whoever that was. That
And
Just
they
said-
just
for
shut
Yllaxis.
down
Yes.
Marvis.
What?
Bonk.
Oh.
Bonk.
They just
Yeah.
kind of scoot past him.
Yep.
They're kind of just gonna storm out of here.
Okay.
in a
Okay.
huff.
What in a huff? We told them
Whatever.
where
Let
good
them be in
eats
a
were.
huff.
They have like needs. They have like a.
I
Yeah.
also have needs.
Yeah, we
Look,
respected
we opened
respected
up-
their needs. We let
said-
them take care of them and said that we'd rendezvous later.
Absolutely. We
And
asked
we
them, what do you
recommended
want for
good
dinner?
meats.
We looked into Yelp and we said, here are the top 5 rated
There's
things
a
in
5
your
guys around the
area.
corner. We're fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can.
There are
Yes.
5
Alright.
kids around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, who is going where now?
Yeah. Okay. So
For those of
The
you on the chat
rest-
who have never eaten Five Guys before, it is quite delicious and
Oh
horrible
yeah,
for you.
5 guys.
But
That'd be,
delicious.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Gromlin, I
Yeah.
suppose you and Lord Vesuvius are coming with us, and of course Martel, since it seems like we're all heading that way. That seems grand.
Man.
Loth.
Duncan popped in and says, "Somebody call for me. Somebody need me."
Did somebody say Duncan? Audience applause.
He says, "I have some good shortcuts."
So we're going to keep who? Lord Vesuvius is coming with us.
We're
We
taking
know
Lord Vesuvius,
that-
Gromlin.
We already have
Martel.
sent the soldiers and
Lady Katra.
Lady Katra together,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
They have already gone. So all we
They
have
were
left
like getting
is,
ready to go. Yeah.
is this little
And Jinx
band.
and Loftus says, "Well, if you guys don't have any assignments for us, we have a wonderful project."
Well,
Oh, no,
I
no.
think
Yeah.
we do indeed. You brought up some very, very reasonable concerns regarding
gave them
Lord
the mop.
Baroness's fate and the rapture that would be going on there. I think perhaps since you're so resourceful and so good at negotiating, and
They
I'm
say,
sure
"Oh, we're
your
not as good as you. We couldn't do it without you."
knowledge of passions.
I
Oh,
think
I
you can.
don't think so. I think we have the utmost faith in you. I think perhaps, and Loth, I know you had that meditation center outside of town. I'm sure you're very familiar with those regions. So if you 3 would care to check on Lord Baroness and perhaps free him, I think that might be where your talents are best allocated.
They kind of look at each other, and it's almost like they're communicating telepathically and stuff.
Interesting.
Almost. Almost like
Yes,
that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Say, we'll do our best, but we're just really much more bards than fighters. So I'm not sure how much we can do, but we'll
I'm
certainly.
sure you could seduce those devils with your passions and wiles.
I have a story about
And your
a musician.
passionate wiles.
That's quite a suggestion.
Well, hey, suggestion. That's a great idea.
Yes.
Don't you know that one?
Listen, I've heard of some bards that were very, very renowned and accomplished
Yes.
many things and encountered devils and defeated a bunch of them. I'm sure you're up to the task.
There
Who's
was
left?
once named
King
Johnny.
Cyril says, "Well, if Serena's going, I don't want to see her come to harm. I'll go with her too." He says, "Kira, you're coming with me," and she says, "But," and he says, "No buts."
Yllaxis, what say you regarding Lord Cyril? I know you were talking with him. Is there
Is
Is
Lord
there
Cyril a
somewhere else?
human?
He's
No,
an
he's an
elf.
He's an
elf.
elf, I forgot.
I was only half paying attention because I'm sorting through stuff.
That's okay,
But-
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying not to give you too much because I know
Yeah,
you're
I know.
working on that, but also I feel like King Cyril, there's so many lords and kings, and the other elves that you
Well, don't
rescued
have to
are
call me
like,
king. Certainly, my kingdom was well destroyed by the dastardly Black Pharaoh.
yes. Oh my god, there's a bug in my room. Anyway, I feel like Yllaxis was talking to them, and that's like she freed them, so I'll leave that to
We
to
could also
her.
just
But
have
what-
them
what is-
meet
I
us
was-
at the
I-
wizard school.
I'm confused. We're just asking where we want them to go. I
Yeah,
just
so
I was
So
only
here's the
half paying
thing.
attention. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. King Cyril Cyril wants to follow Serena and the others, and he's trying to take Kira. I'm not so sure that's a great idea, but I would think that since you told him like don't be alone with them and something, and what is this behind them?
Well, Kira is his cleric.
Yes.
Ghostly image of the Black Pharaoh kind of appears cackling behind.
Ah, fuck.
Does
Oh,
Kiff
God.
notice him?
Kiff, yes, does notice.
Oh boy.
Kiff will point and go,
Yep.
"Friend with little clothes."
Oh boy.
The king still says, "Oh my god, where?" And he turns around and it's gone.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's have him come with us. Let's just, or I mean, not have them come with us, but let's have them meet us. Why don't they stay here?
Yeah. I think anyone who we have not assigned yet, just send them to the wizard school.
And at this
Okay,
point,
yeah.
at this point,
Okay.
I don't want. I agree with you, Elena. I don't want King Cyril and
Yeah.
Kira going alone with those three. I just don't think it's wise.
Oh,
Give
no,
them
not
their
at all.
give them their
Yeah,
own
that's-
room.
that's what
Give
I'm
them
saying.
something. Have someone watch them. It should be fine.
There were
Um,
About the
other.
grand poop about the doink of all this and that.
There were there were other elves who were under King Cyril, right? They were like his people.
Yeah, but I think they
He
all.
only had a few because
Yeah.
people neglected to free them from the soldier that got kind of smashed. So there's only a few. I think there's like 2 other ones. I'll just
Yeah.
put them here. Let's call
Okay.
them Cyril's vassal. Let's call him Jordan.
Okay.
And let's call the other one.
Jordan and something else.
Yeah, because
Also,
maybe
not
there's-
Jordan.
Yeah.
Peter. yeah.
essentially,
Here, there we go.
yeah, essentially, I haven't spoken to them too much. I know Yllaxis was talking to them. I'm trying to figure out where we can send the 4 of them on a task that is not
I know.
so with them. I know if we want to
Mhm.
tell them the wizarding school.
Either that
Um,
or scout
the-
out the
Yeah.
cathedral.
you know what? They
Look,
work.
if they
they
went with
did-
us, I'm sure we could rescue the general if we had all these people with us.
Who says this?
She says if it's just us 3, I don't think we can do it by ourselves.
Who says this?
Martha says that.
But it's not just the 3 of you, Loth. I thought you had a whole cult.
You want the acolytes to sacrifice themselves as well.
I thought
Okay.
you said that the acolytes were coming with you.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
what
you
we
said that they would
assumed.
do anything that you asked, and if you believe that this will help us, and they believe that this will help us, I think it is a great idea for them to help.
Oh, come on, show a little passion.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Indeed.
Ooh.
Show a little fire.
Ooh, yeah.
So you hear some piping in the hallway.
I just think that it's a good idea to have them go and help you. That you said
They look a
yourself.
little suspicious first, but then they smile and say that will work. That will work. They shall
Indeed.
sacrifice themselves in the name of passion.
Ugh, that sounds so bad, but whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whoever
Sounds
wins
really
wins.
bad, but like, look, this.
It's
we
tough
have a
to be
city
a
to
lawful
save.
good paladin these days.
It is hard.
You have
Okay.
bad options all around. Okay,
It's tough to
King
be a
Cyril-
god.
These guys
and
are going to try to leave now. Is that
no,
okay
let them
with
go. Let
Dude,
them
the
go.
three- wait, which ones? Those
The
three?
3.
Yeah, they can
Jinx,
go.
Serena, and
Mhm.
Latha. Yep, go free Lord Baroness, and
Go do your thing.
yeah,
Sa-
go do your
Cyril,
thing.
he objects when Serena's because Serena, no, but I trust you with my life. And
King
she says,
Cyril, we need you for another very important task that only you and Kira can accomplish.
I'm also gonna pipe up and say, if you do trust her and know her to be strong, she will be okay.
Okay.
Obviously, she's with strong people.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, as soon as they're gone, Kira says, I hope you know what you're doing and sign them off to go by themselves like that. I can imagine some bad things happening with them being unsupervised.
I can also imagine some bad things, but we do not have time to supervise them. If you would like to supervise them alone and have to submit to whatever they're doing, I fucking guessed.
Yeah.
She
Sure,
shuts
if you have. Yeah. Maggie was gonna add, but you know what? That's. Could not have put it better. So,
Ain't nobody got time for this.
yeah, exactly.
All right, so is Cyril and Kira, are they coming with us? And the 2, Peter and Jordan?
Yeah, take them with us, and then we'll
Yeah,
see
I
what
mean,
happens on the way.
You know
Maybe
what?
we can.
It may be nice to have the angel with Kira and Cyril because she
Yes.
does want to learn more about gods and goddesses, and Kira is a
Yep.
cleric.
Also, just in case the Lich King has his forces under there, having a cleric would be real good.
That is also a
agree.
very good
That's
thing
a
to think
great
about.
point.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I'm in charge. No, I'm kidding. Because I was
No, that's fine.
completely.
You're in charge because
Yeah,
Dromik
no,
doesn't
it
ever
wasn't
want
great.
to be in charge of anything. Dromik will pipe up.
Maggie wants to
but
be in
that's about it.
charge. Elena's like, please. Please give me a rest today.
Oh no.
I don't want it.
No,
right.
you
Great.
chose to be the
So-
damn leader. You have to talk the most now.
Yeah, you and
Yeah.
Yllaxis.
Yep. No, it's fine.
Sure.
I've
Head against
accepted
the
this
crown.
on
I choose
behalf
to be
of...
the witty Swart Alec that goes around and says random shit. That is my gig, therefore I don't have to be serious.
Fair
Good
enough.
for you. Kiff, your friends, Click and Bem, are they coming with us? Are they staying with the governor?
Why don't we have them maybe one why don't we have them like keep time for the werewolves? Can we send them after the werewolves and like usher them towards the wizard school when it's time?
No. They will get eaten if they don't find.
I guess. Okay.
I'm
That's
going
fine.
to talk to Click and Ben, and I'm going to be like, friends, lady talk about boom boom dust. See if find some boom boom dust for us, huh?
He says you mean steal it? Bam says I'm good at stealing.
It's advanced borrowing, but yes.
Hold on, stand by.
It's not stealing if we're using it for the same cause.
I will hand them 20 gold and say, put this in place.
Don't
Steal
take all
it,
of it.
but then
Don't take
give-
all of it though.
Steal it, but then give the money.
Yeah. Yes.
Stealth purchasing.
Yeah, stealth purchasing. I love it. Though,
Okay.
tell them not to take all of it though.
Yeah,
Take only
not too
take
much.
a small bit.
I mean, they wouldn't be able to carry all of it anyway.
I know,
He
but
would
they
can
still
be
they
spared.
still need enough to blow up the mines. Like I don't want to
we
to
gonna-
sweep the rug out from under them.
But also, like, it's not a bad idea to try to blow up that cathedral after we get everyone out of there.
Oh, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys didn't hear about Kiff's idea for storming the cathedral, so
We can talk about that as we are
On the way.
on the way
Yep.
there. Yes. So I think we're all
right.
set up. Do we want to take our break,
Yep.
or
This
is there more
sounds
that
good.
people want to do?
No, I think we deserve
Yeah, that is break time.
Okay, it is break time.
cathedral for ants.
I knew that was coming. What is this? A cathedral for ants? We are ready to go whenever you are. Are you ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Okay, we just saw you drawing and we weren't sure if you needed more time.
Yeah.
So we are now
I'm
back to
drawing.
D&D.
That's like what I do to
The
stay
short
focused.
answer is
Fair enough.
stop.
No, I just
Just let us know if you need more time to draw things, or if you
Or if
would
you're
like
ready to play.
I am not. I do not lack confidence to tell you guys that.
Perfect.
Okay. So assuming,
go ahead.
I just wanted to assume that you're done the planning and you're gonna like set out now to do other stuff.
I think that is correct.
Yes, I want to make one quick note. I would assume that since the first thing we told Marcia to do was to prepare that the opal so that the three of us
non-detection
won't be
thing.
detected. I assume that she was doing that while we were deliberating. Did she
So
finish
should
that
get-
before we
she
left?
should get 3 doses of the blood fixer.
Okay.
So who's gonna do that?
How
Your
how
blood's
long is
broke.
this? Yeah.
It
How
needs
long is
fixing.
You broke my blood.
blood boy?
Oh no.
How long is this going to last?
It's
Is
gonna
it
last
permanent?
forever.
Forever. Excellent.
Forever?
Maggie drinks one.
Down the hatch.
Immediately.
Yeah, okay, so Maggie's taking
So
one. Who
who's-
else is taking? I think it's Maggie, Font, and Yllaxis.
They're the
Yeah.
only
Correct.
originals.
The
Yep.
OG
The
players.
original sins. Yes, that's
Yep.
us. Like all of us.
I'm Lust.
Oh, dude. All right.
I
Okay,
guess that
so-
would make Fontiev sloth.
I could see Fontiev being sloth, or
Would it be sloth?
Cowardice isn't one.
but no. It would be. It could be like, like self-preservation. You could overly. That would be like not pride. Could potent.
Yllaxis
really
is
greed.
probably pride.
Yeah, I could see
Probably.
Yllaxis being pride.
Probably pride. And that's why at the end of 7.
I would assume Marvis is basically wrath.
Yeah, but he's not one of the OGs. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
calling it, Marvis is definitely Wrath. But what is happening? What is
Kiff is
going
gluttony.
on? Oh, they're the
I don't know, I
gremlins.
don't feel like
You
good
guys
about
don't
this.
do stuff. I just add more details
Okay.
to the map.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
We're doing
alright,
stuff.
well-
Sorry. What were your questions before we got on a tangent?
Maggie was
Yeah, I
administered
drank one.
the dosage. Do
Likewise.
you want Marcia to come with you, or do you want her to stay there?
I think she's.
Marsha, how do you feel?
Marcia says, I'd like to go with you. I think
Oh.
this is a very important day.
Okay, well, if you'd like to come with us, then who are we to tell you no?
Agree with this. If she thinks she is prepared to defend herself if need be, I say we bring her.
Yeah, we saw her defend herself.
Yeah, okay,
from
we got a meat shield.
We
she
did
defended
not.
herself from what we saw in the after effects. She was not taken in by the leapers, the
Also,
little ones.
for clarity, we're bringing Mercy with us.
Yes,
Can she
And
defend
we're
herself?
all right?
we gave her the plate armor.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I know. I mean, is she capable of actually doing anything right now? Does she have a class?
She's
She's like, yeah, she's like slowly coming back into her angelic powers.
got
I'm
plenty
sure
of
she
plan.
found like a general Warhammer or something. From the
Do you-
books.
she's a
You could get
generator.
that.
I'm
or
just making
celestial
sure.
regenerating.
You
Listen,
You could
we
take that, or I have the Battle Master sword from Marcus if she wants to use that instead.
Did we find out if that's hella cursed or not?
I think from what
Or
we
was it
took from
chillin'?
Marcus, nothing was
I
cursed.
just want to
Um,
know because this seems like we might be sending a toddler into a UFC match. So
Well, I
Uh,
don't think
making
she's gonna
sure.
be in
It's
front
better
with
than-
us, but
It's better to keep her with the paladin and cleric than
then
to
with the fiend,
like,
yeah, I
leave
think that's
her
what we're worried about.
by herself. And she was already like, ooh, I mean, she's like a child right now. We have to make sure that she grows up right.
yeah, would you
Yes.
leave your kid with the cult of Slanesh? Yeah,
It's
no,
10
thanks.
o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? Do you know where your Deva is?
it's
Yeah.
10 o'clock. Do you know where your planetar is?
Okay, have you guys left the building yet? Are you still planning?
Yeah, no, we
We're
left the building,
leaving.
I'd say.
I'm gonna give you
No,
a
no, no.
time
It's not planning.
penalty,
It's
so it's now
plotting.
What?
Get it?
10:30 a.m.
Plotting.
Or
Okay,
Charles,
we're
I can't.
walking.
Okay,
10:30.
that seems fair.
Okay, so so what's the plan? So where are you going with this
We're
entourage?
going to the ancestral tombs to rally the dead dwarven ancestors, and then after that, if we survive, we're going to the wizarding school. And then after that, if we survive, probably heading to the cathedral.
So Lord V is gonna say, old Duncan here, he knows a really good shortcut.
Does he?
Yeah. Duncan says, yo, yeah, guys, I got this. He says, so I think we'll go overland, since the whole tunnel's been clogged up with those gemling things, and Katra and her peeps are gonna be fighting them. I think we'll leave that to them. We'll go overland. There's an entrance beneath the old graveyard near the west guard tower. Near Town's tomb, actually.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, now that we're not being detected anymore, shall I cast seeming on all of us? Left,
Do we
right,
need
Whatever
that?
you'd prefer.
Do we want that now, or do we want that? I understand it's not going to take us that long, but perhaps we apply that when we return.
Yeah, if we're going down into a graveyard, I don't think we need to worry about seeming.
I think
Whoa,
that's
wow.
just wasted time.
He said we're going overground. Okay.
No,
I mean,
I
like
meant
I said, it
afterwards.
lasts for 8 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's still only 10:30, so maybe.
Oh, if
Fair
we're going
enough.
overground,
Yeah.
then yes. What am I thinking? Yes.
Yllaxis, would you like to go 4 blocks?
I wouldn't. Don't even ask that. Anxiety is already set in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming we're trying to get things done with it. I'm gonna cast seeming on us, especially
it.
if we're
Sure,
going
yeah,
above
if you
ground.
want to do it, go
So
for it.
I cast seeming on everyone as long as they are consenting. Yes, you all
Including the
consent.
NPCs, right?
Yes, because
Okay.
it's anyone in range, so 30 feet within me. So gather them all in. And yeah, we're just picking like nondescript disguises for now. I can manipulate it as we're going on depending on who's around us, if we want to look like guards or, the youth horrible people or just regular peasants. So we'll see what we encounter. But yeah,
Okay, so do you
we're all
exit the building?
teaming.
Is that a safe assumption?
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay, everyone takes one step outside the building.
Well, I think
Excellent.
we're
And takes 60
slowly
10
starting
damage.
to walk,
Or
go
whatever.
over ground, following.
Okay,
Yep.
so Duncan leads the way as he has been assigned.
We don't
Kiff
love
will,
that, but sure.
Kiff will go after Duncan.
Are we sure we want Duncan leading us? He did take us 2 blocks once.
He's
Listen,
led
he
you
did
one
it
step.
okay.
Really?
Actually-
Could've
Because
been
as far as
worse.
I recall, he managed to not know anywhere where he was going, and we
So-
basically almost got killed. Actually,
Here's
Marvis
what-
did.
Here's what Kiff will do. Kiff is going to talk with Duncan to have him describe roughly the route he's taking. He has the Wanderer background feature. He has an excellent memory of maps and geography. So, between the two of us together, we should have a decent idea of where we're going.
And then
That's
Kiff
fair.
creates the spell-powered word map.
Yes.
He says, "Well, it's pretty simple. We just go, straight to the road, to the west gate, to the old graveyard just outside the walls. There's an entrance to the tombs there, or at least the way to the tombs." He says, "I sure hope there isn't anything strange like we encountered last time once we get
I
there."
also sure hope that.
Why?
Please
Say
stop
that.
talking.
Why would you say that?
Okay, so he's going to lead you guys forward. I'm assuming there's no objections or
Correct.
anything.
No, yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna follow.
no
him.
objection.
It's
That's the way
not
we're headed.
snowing today. It's kind of a gray day. The snow
Yep.
is relatively thick on the ground, so it's not super fast. But as you get down towards the
Before I
farms,
just noticed you say that, I'm sorry.
okay,
Someone near the rear, cover our tracks.
I can do that.
At least for the first, 1,000 feet or so.
I could have done that, but people didn't want me to take past without a trace.
I can do that. That's fine.
That's
It's
No,
fine.
I mean I can
yeah.
just brush over them, and grab a bush or a piece of tree and just drag it
Yeah.
behind
Or
us.
even use
Yeah.
your tail.
I was,
Listen,
I'm
or
not gonna use my tail
someone
because I'm
has a
tail prince.
broom that they're
Oh,
flying
yeah.
on. They could just.
I mean,
they could
Fontiev
sweep
could
it.
also, yeah, sweep. If
Well,
you
I'm
want to
not
do that.
leaving any prints now, am I?
I got it. It's
no,
fine.
no,
That
no,
would be
no.
slower, but you can actually, since he's not even walking, I don't think that'd be that hard
Okay.
because he's faster than everyone else anyway.
you
Okay,
just
so
do a
you can
broom
sweep
wheelie.
and also float. Yeah,
Yeah.
broom wheelie.
Plus, your broom
Okay.
has a higher speed than the rest of us, so I feel like you're fine.
Exactly.
He's just swishing behind.
Okay, so people are going. I assume there's no other objections or
Correct.
preparations.
Correct.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yep.
So, when you get to about the farms, Duncan says, "Hold up a bit." He says, "These farms have been burned. Looks like there's some orcs picking through the abandoned buildings." You see this at a distance of some quarter mile or so.
Who here speaks Orcish?
The Half-Orc.
Myself and Fontiev. I also speak
Okay.
orc.
Would you like to look like an orc? You can be an orc now, if it would help us.
Sure.
Okay, so I changed the illusion so that Dromik and Fontiev look like orcs. Which,
Can I look like Jay Leno orc?
sure.
Yes. Do you think it's worth us even talking to them? Or I can't remember. I can't recall. Were we told that the orcs may actually be helpful to us? Or were we just told there are orc raiders?
You fought some, and you made a deal with some.
Right,
These
yeah, they
are
didn't
about
like
a
us.
quarter mile away, and it's hard to tell exactly which. There's several tribes.
We
Mhm.
made
Dromik has experience of them generally being like a raiding a people, rather than a constructive settler.
They just
we
kind of
talked to Clan Ghost Bear.
Correct.
But I think
Correct.
as far as we knew, all of the other orc raiders were working. We believed that they were working with the Empire,
Yes, okay.
cutting some deal to, I guess,
Yeah,
herd the people towards the city or something.
I think you're
I don't
correct.
remember what we thought the deal was, but we thought that they were working
There was
together.
something along.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Then I'll just stay as an orc. I'm not gonna go out of my way to talk to them unless they go out of their way to talk to us.
Yep.
Okay, well, they're about a quarter mile away. Duncan says, looks like they're just kind of stealing stuff from these farmsteads here.
Let's try to avoid them if possible.
Okay, well, they're quite far away, so you definitely don't need to fuck.
Yeah, no, I think just letting it be.
Excellent.
Yeah. Bigger fish
Okay.
Yeah.
to fry.
Yep.
Duncan says, I'll hear that. He says, come on.
Unfortunately.
So,
If we pass by them, then after that I will make Dromik
whoa,
and
whoa,
Fontiev.
whoa.
Oh my god!
oh my god.
What
No
has happened?
longer
What
look
happened?
like orcs.
What has happened?
Somebody rolled a 1.
all
That's what
okay, it's
happened.
So yeah, so he says, all right. So you get to the west gate, and it's suspiciously just kind of dangling open, and it's kind of silent. Like, you remember that big farmer's market? It's all empty. It's kind of a lonely place. And King Cyril says, I don't like the look of this. He says, Carrot, go scout around.
I've
And
got a bad feeling about this, Master.
on the
You've
horizon,
got a bad feeling about everything.
On the horizon?
Oh no.
Is there a Deva?
No.
Can't see.
you see this guy coming.
Oh no.
And in a
Here.
huge... What?
I'm just saying, didn't we like convince them that we were not the enemy? I don't remember what happened.
Is this the
Not
same
exactly.
dragon?
I mean,
Well, we said we were gonna look into it, and we didn't provide a status report.
though we did kill Marcus, we still have his skull.
Oh,
We
that's right.
do.
We
Yep.
can hand him the skull.
No, we don't.
Oh, well, we
Why?
have his armor.
And his
Oh.
sword.
It's fine. We have items
That we
of his.
gave to Mercy.
We can take back
Mercy
the
doesn't
sword
have
and
the
offer
sword.
it. Yeah.
You guys
Oh,
didn't
does
say.
that
I
have-
didn't
Yeah,
know.
no, the
Yeah.
offer is still chilling. Or, I mean, the sword is still chilling. It's fine. Continue.
What
Okay.
happened to the skull,
Ah.
by the way, again?
Marvis
I
has
left
it.
it so it could be shrunken.
That's what it was.
Oh.
But that was like 2 days ago. I'm sure
That
it's
has
shrunken.
been done. It is shrunken now. So you
Oh,
can
okay.
say
You do have it.
You
Yeah.
have it. It's just a shrunken skull, well preserved.
Kind of awesome.
Okay, so the great blue dragon, Sun Daranex, starts flapping over the couple of his thugs here. Some thunderbirds and some shock frogs. And he says in a booming voice, he says, I have come to take the city that rightfully belongs to my glorious and powerful empire now that it has been abandoned. Just in such a huge voice that everyone can hear. And King Cyril says, I fucking hate dragons. They were such a problem in my world. I'm gonna take care of this. He says, Kira, Jordan, Peter, you're with me. We're gonna handle this shit.
You do that, you
Fontaine
die.
is like, I think
No.
it's time to disappear.
No, I'm gonna tell King Cyril, if you do this, you will die. I'm not.
I have special dragon slaying weapons in my arsenal.
I don't care if you have dragons. I don't care. I don't care if you have dragon slaying weapons. I don't care if you're an expert at it. This might be help for us now. Do you really think walking in there after fighting a dragon is a good idea? You're smart. Don't do something stupid right now because you don't like something.
I feel confident here. If you don't trust my skills,
I don't not trust your
okay,
skills.
but
I don't
feel
want
like
to
I
fight a
can track
dragon.
you up.
I don't want to
Well, he
fight
says,
a
yeah,
dragon.
exactly. That's why I want to fight him for you, so you guys can do the important stuff.
I don't want you
Leave
to.
'em.
Fine, fuck it. Sure. I don't care at this point. Go ahead and fight the dragon. Leave us out of it. Keep it away from the city. If you want to do that, sure. Awesome. Anyone have any
Okay.
objections? I'm not arguing with him. Ain't nobody got time for it.
I'm trying to come up with some line of thought about how we could ally with them to get rid of mind flayers, and it's just
At this
I don't
point,
have
we've
it
tried
today.
allying with that dragon,
Yeah.
and that dragon is a piece of shit. Actually, I think its husband is a piece of
King
shit. I
Cyril
can't
says,
remember.
yes, all dragons are pieces of shit. Trust me, I've seen every color of them in my place.
I
Wait,
disagree with that,
Is
except
it
I know
metallic or
very.
chromatic? That's the big question. here.
Chromatic.
It's a
blue.
blue dragon.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
We've
yeah,
dealt
chromatic
with
then.
this blue dragon before.
Yeah,
Very
Kiff,
No, no,
specifically.
you
I'm
guys have
going
dealt
back
with that dragon
through.
before. Fontiev was never seen. I'm going to establish that right now.
Right, but
I mean,
you know we
as
have
a
dealt with them.
party, we dealt with. You were there.
Yeah,
in
you were
town.
there.
You heard it.
You were in town.
I'm just trying to find.
Fontiev is an innocent bystander
notes.
in all this.
Kiff has
Okay,
run
regardless,
behind
I don't
Altair
care.
because he does not want to go back to.
Oh
Dragon
yeah,
first.
dragons.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor Kiff. Okay, these guys kind of charge forward. He says, "Come at me. We'll handle you. We'll drive you off. This isn't your town." And they kind of go at it.
Sure, whatever.
Is
Don't
Kira
care.
going with them?
Kira says
Yeah.
yes. I mean, she says, "Look, I know you guys don't know us well, but we fought so many fucking trolls and dragons and like giants and stuff just to keep our own kingdom secure before that stupid Black Pharaoh just took a giant shit all over it."
Okay, listen,
we-
right
we
now,
had
Wars of 93.
right now, if you think you can handle it, do it. I'm not going to try to convince anyone. We have other things we need to do.
Yep. Kira,
Don't-
I hope you survive so we can expose the fiends later. But
Don't
good
forget,
luck.
yeah, strategic retreats are important.
Oh, but we thank you, sir. We will take that advice. Well, he says,
If you
I have
must-
a good strategy to lure the dragon away and either kill it or drive it off.
If you must run to the Grand Cathedral.
Right, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Please go there.
Fair enough. Actually.
Okay, so they run off this brief conversation, and they are kind of battling it out over here.
Listen, if they don't survive, we'll have the dragon.
If they don't
attack the
survive,
cathedral.
we can then, yeah, we can
We'll have
make
the
another
dragon
deal
ca-
and be
attack
like,
the
here's the
cathedral."
person who killed your kid. They're in here. Ruin the cathedral. Done.
Yeah.
Wipe my hand. I wash my hands of this dragon.
No, I actually I have an idea. If
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's a big if. Let's figure out how
Yeah.
the hell
Does
we're
it
gonna get
involve
it
a
what
bag of
happens.
fish and a very
so
long fishing
we have
line?
no one to we have no one to scout out in here, and we probably shouldn't just walk through an open door.
So
Yeah, did she see anything while scouting, or
When you say
sorry,
she-
did she get to the scouting? What?
When you say she, who are you referring to?
Kira, she started scouting, and then the dragons showed up. Did she?
Oh, I'm sorry. She found the dragon. She pointed it out. That was,
Oh, okay.
That was
So her
that was this-
finding was the dragons. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine.
She didn't point out anything else that she noticed about the gate, right? Is that?
She also
Yeah,
noticed
sorry.
that the gatehouse seemed to become almost completely abandoned, and that seemed pretty sketchy.
Right. The gate and the door was
It
just
seemed
left open.
eerie and spooky to her. The door was just kind of dangling open, and all the buildings on the inside and just on the outside seemed pretty much abandoned.
So what's our goal here?
Gungan says, "This way, guys. Let's just go inside. We're close to the graveyard."
No. Don't be stupid.
No.
Gunther, shut your mouth. We're doing something.
I'm
Duncan.
not Gunther. I'm
His name
Doug.
is Duncan.
I don't care what your name is. Shut your mouth. I don't care to listen to you. We have just lost half the party that we kind of needed. I'm annoyed at this point.
He shall be named Dunker.
I don't care what your name is. We're not
Lord
going to walk
makes
into
sense.
an open door.
We had everyone attacking different things. That's a good thing. Keeps the enemy on their toes. We need to take this opportunity. Keep moving.
If you
does
want to
someone-
walk through an open door and get ambushed like we have been ambushed multiple times before, you can be my guest. I'm not going anywhere until we get to see what's in the door without putting our eyes and potentially our bodies in the way.
His winged
I'm
helmet
annoyed.
kind of droops a little bit when you yell at him.
I'm annoyed. Dromik is now actively pissed off.
Dromik, do you have a low-level summoning spell that you can perhaps send in some scouts
Unfortunately,
or test for alarms?
So the lowest level spell I do have, I'm happy to use as summon and send I think it's a third level spell, but I have 3 of them. I can conjure some animals and just kind of scatter them around. But
Maybe
the big thing is they can't really tell me what's going on. I can summon them, but they cannot report back to me.
can you sense if like they get
No.
destroyed?
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go into a rage. I'm gonna walk into the room. Fuck it.
What?
Okay.
Don't
It's
please
in
don't do that.
character. It's in
Hey,
character.
It's
Marvis,
character.
Marvis,
His
again.
character. Let the man play his character.
Yep.
What's that thing? Okay, so you go into the gatehouse, right?
Yeah, I go into a rage before I walk in.
As he's approaching, I'll just let him be disguised as a soldier.
Okay, do you have to be in a certain distance for that to happen? I feel like
So
there should be a-
no, because
Seeming? No,
actually,
yeah.
let me double
No.
check.
I don't think
for
so.
I thought it was just
30 feet.
instantaneous. Well,
Yeah.
I thought the casting was 30 feet, but then
So
it just keeps going, but I'm
yeah,
not
it
sure.
does. So the reason I'm able to change the nature of the illusion is because I have malleable illusions as a feature. It the only thing is I need to see the illusion, and that's it.
Okay, I think it'll still work then.
So you
Yeah.
need
I
to be
mean, I
within
can
line
see
of
him,
sight
so
of
yeah.
him?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And then I can.
Does Marvis still have the mustache on, or did he clean that off?
Well, he's a
Well,
soldier.
There's a new one.
his
But it's
the seeming Demarthus soldier definitely has a full mustache.
Why would we get rid
Unless
of
he
the
doesn't
mustache?
want
It
one.
made your
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Marvis walks in there.
Yep.
He sees a few dead townspeople, a few plague victims huddling in a corner room, kind of moaning and foaming at the mouth and stuff. And he doesn't see any of what he would call enemies. Although he does hear some strange noises from beyond the gate.
Oh God.
Okay, so this was
poke my head back out and I
this
tell
was
the
not
rest of the
drawn
party
to
what I see.
scale, so I thought they would just straight ass see us from the Grand Cathedral.
This is definitely not drawn to scale.
Yeah, this was. I thought they were just inside of this gate. I thought this was like a
The
small
reason
version.
why I drew it at the scale is to prevent having to redraw a lot
That's
for
okay.
things that might
Yeah.
get
No,
fucked.
You're like,
that's fine.
It's an ambush.
No,
or
that's
it's a trap.
literally what I thought. It was a legitimate ambush. I thought we were just gonna get attacked. So
This just
I am
represents
much less
that there's
annoyed.
like a perimeter around the cathedral.
Okay, that did not. My brain did not get that. That's why I was
This is-
actively annoyed.
This represents our boss fight for the in-game day.
Yes. For later. No, it's fine. I needed to know if that was in scale. Cuz like the houses are big enough to be in scale, but the area isn't. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, these houses are much larger, so I was confused as to what was going on. This is fine.
Perhaps. Okay.
If Marvis gives
So
us the all
Marvis
clear.
walks in. The gatehouse, it's similar to like you guys have been in this gatehouse before. There's a few
Yeah.
there's a few plague victims kind of huddled and just clearly like going crazy. There's a couple corpses here and there.
I'm sorry.
No one is attacking Marvis.
Was this the first egg raid?
Yep.
I believe so.
At the point where Kiff, kind of, after Marvis went in and noticed that, everything's relatively safe, Kiff is going to run in and run into the door that was here and just go, oh, little Jimmy! And he's going to pick up his trap.
Yes, your trap was there. I forgot about that. Little
Kip
Jimmy.
is reunited with his trap.
Yay.
Little
Oh,
Jimmy
okay.
is no longer missing.
He has been found.
You hear a
Very
noise
well.
from to the beyond the gate to the right. Sounds kind of like.
Little
Kinda
Jimmy,
like
was
a
that you?
I
Well,
think it's time to move on.
I agree. If you guys are giving us the all clear, then I think yeah, we should just go right to the graveyard. Bless you.
Phew.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
Bless
Sorry.
you.
I didn't know it was still on.
That was the monster sound.
Alarming. Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you've given us
And
the all
that
clear.
is what the
Sorry,
sound a dragon makes.
my dumb brain didn't realize how weird scaled this was. That's why I was much more annoyed. Fine now.
Listen, Dromik was prepared for an ambush. As
Dromik was
we all
annoyed. Dromik is still
were-
kind of
yeah.
annoyed.
All right. Shall we?
Didn't want to have to deal with the dragon.
Yes, we shall.
Let's go. Usher.
Alright,
Gently dodging
I'll
people.
pick up the freaking dwarf and just go lead the way.
Duncan says, "Whoa!" And he
You
just
got
goes,
me killed last time. Don't think I'm not still mad about that.
Okay, so you go ahead.
And I'm just gonna say he gets angrier than I do.
So as you pass through the gate with Duncan under your arm,
Uh-oh.
I just
you
got
Uh-oh.
see.
I
Uh-oh.
think we're all we're all yep, there it goes. We all just got
Okay,
disconnected.
We're on.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Wait 1 second. Hold on. There's so much happening. Oh dear. Oh no.
consider beans.
Ignore the crash, consider beans.
Oh, wow.
So TTS just crashed.
Someone's just like,
Okay.
where are the burn beans?
I just wanted to make sure that everyone could hear you. People can hear you now.
Hey, for the record, Sarah, just because you're no longer in TTS, make sure you don't type the password on screen.
No, I have a technical difficulties. I have a Tuttle technical difficulties page.
No, that's what I mean. That's
it
what I
says
mean. Put that
technical
up.
difficulties. Please stand by. It has a little Tuttle upside down on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Matt made it for me.
Are cool.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah, they're
delightful.
good enough. They're cute. This one is technical difficulties. Oh, I need to move chat. I don't like where that.
Anyway,
don't-
Marvis can see the ass end of a werewolf in this building, wagging his tail frequently, and you can hear people screaming for help from inside the building. Just past the.
I still haven't gotten back in. So.
That's
Inside.
not our problem.
Same.
That's
Oh,
not-
Same
don't
as
have to
in
be
I
rude
also
about
not
it.
gotten back in.
Yeah, a whole bunch of us are. Like I can't even see what you're about. But hearing about the werewolves, that's not our problem.
We told them to kill the youth Nazis.
Yeah,
Let me know if I should remake the game. I'm not sure if I need to do that.
You definitely need to remake the game. I don't even see it.
I can't even
I
get
don't
any
see
of the
any
games to load on the page.
I have games.
I
have
think
games
TTS
loaded.
might be worked tonight.
I have games loaded. Charles, try resetting the
Same.
game, and I can tell you if I can
just
find it.
don't.
Oh no! You're just about to get into a fight too. That's okay. We'll get there. Let me know when you've remade the game,
I
Charles.
saved the game. I'm gonna remake it.
We fixed
I
it.
can't even see any other games right now. I think the entire Steam server crashed.
No, I can see the games. I can see
Same.
multiple
I can't see
games.
I'd
anything.
say try
Okay.
rebooting
Try it,
TTS.
yeah,
then
try
Yeah,
you'll
it.
I'm gonna
Better.
I'm
reboot
getting
TTS.
a whole. I rebooted TTS. I'm getting a whole bunch of errors on top saying error Steam.
Oh yeah, I
everything
can't create
Steam
the game.
worked out.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh no!
I guess we just beat all the zealots. They dead.
I guess we won.
We
We
won.
won. campaign.
Hooray! We're so good at our
There's this
jobs.
thing called Fader of the Mind.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Yeah.
We'll go as far as we can. I guess I'm just
Okay.
gonna keep technical difficulties on, and people can listen to us. It'll be great.
Just like full screen your character sheet or something.
The people
Actually, yeah,
screaming.
that's a great
Steam was
idea.
unable to sync your files for that.
The
Okay,
I'm gonna
what
end
is
restart TTS.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
I'm
of
It's
things
not.
going
TTS
It's
on.
right
not
now.
looking good.
The people who are screaming for help are screaming in a language you don't know. And Marcia says, "Oh no, those are gnolls. You must help them, please."
Why are they attacking gnolls? We told them children. We told them to eat the children.
Bad children. Yeah, we told them the Nazi children. So
I we keep calling them Nazi children. I can't.
Lord
they
Vesuvius,
are.
I mean,
he
they're
says
not
they're a
wrong.
bunch of wild beasts. Those things can't be controlled. We'll have to slaughter them all in secret once we get control of this town.
Oh my god.
Why do you all have to be at war with one another, literally at all times?
Like, can't anyone get along ever?
Also,
You-
very
like-
high and mighty of you to pretend that you're better than them when you were just as
Right.
duped by the Empire until we came along.
Wait, weren't you just also complaining about there being more diversity was the elves, but still, like, come on.
Lord says, "Look, I'm happy to ally with the elves." He says, "Even you were saying that what's her name? Latha was a fetus. Look, she was at least trying to help. But these guys, they're out of control."
They are
Trying to
also
help
trying to
themselves.
help. They also just happen to have a
They're
disease. Are you also
also
going to
cursed.
tell us to kill them? And I'm going to gesture to the people who have a terrible plague. Is it their?
Well, there's
Do
a
they
cure
also
for
need to
that,
be?
right? And he says to Marcia says, "Yeah, there's a cure." But she says, "Please, those gnolls were probably enslaved at that carpenter
is.
shop. You gotta help."
There is also most
Okay.
likely a cure for the lycanthrope as well.
Listen. Yes, they said that they were cursed, which means that they can probably be healed. But I agree. Let us try to save the gnolls. If they're anything like Marcia, perhaps they can even aid our cause.
They actually may help. Yeah, I agree with this.
Okay, I think TTS might have recovered because I can see games again.
Anyone have any?
I do not see. If,
Oh, I see.
Charles' name is not here yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did Charles
Okay.
remake the game yet?
Yes. He
It never
couldn't.
crashed for me, but I did quit and try to remake, which hasn't worked. Oh, now it's working. It's working.
Yeah, it's probably because you were host, so it kept you on your own
Yeah.
game.
Oh, right,
you-
because it was local. Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
it did.
Okay,
work.
I'm back.
Modicum of respect.
Yes. Yes.
It's like
It-
privileges.
yes. You
It
knew.
probably crashed.
You
Okay,
said
I'm
you're
back here.
back. Okay, I think I see it as well.
Save my clipboard.
Hey, we did it.
Wait, I don't think I see.
I
it.
am loading in question mark? Yes, okay, I am in.
You're in? Okay, let me try to
Oh,
join
there it
you.
is. Ah, where'd my phone
Yeah,
go?
I'm loading back in now.
Wow,
Me
that was
too.
a bad crash. It was like really bad.
That was like the entire like server for like Steam crashed.
Yeah, and that is why they need to go back to games having dedicated servers instead of this garbage.
Dedicated way.
Dedicated.
Dedicated
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigit.
Why the hell can't I join?
Don't know. But
I can't even join through the friends list. I'll try to reboot, but either way, everyone continue. I'll figure this out myself.
Matt can always
just
turn around
got
and look
in.
at my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think maybe saving the nulls is a good idea.
Alright, so are we
Alright, let's
keeping the
reboot.
shit out of the werewolves, or are we just...
I
Try and
No,
think we're
stop
no,
trying
we should
to,
just go
like-
tell them to eat the fucking. There were orcs out there. Why didn't they go after the orcs?
Hey, I'm half orc.
Alright,
Yeah,
this is
but
what
you're
I'm gonna
not
do.
those orcs.
The other ones
I-
were raiders. Come on.
I'm
Yeah.
No,
going
I'm just
to
saying, don't send them
roll
after
up a
me.
piece of paper, like a newspaper,
Bad
and
werewolves.
go inside the building, find the leader, smack him on the nose, and go like, "The fuck are you doing?"
Okay, let's
I'm
Take
still
out,
raged.
and then you take out the water.
Yeah, I
the
think
water
we're all going as a
bottles,
group.
squirting them.
Initiative.
We're going as a group. We're going as a group.
Okay, so
Fine.
I'm gonna draw 2 scale because you do.
Cool.
This is a thing that you do want to fuck with. So we'll draw 2 scale.
Yes. Thank you.
Um,
Sorry, I was just
So
very
let's see.
confused about the scale. I thought
That's
we
fine.
were walking into an ambush. That's why I got very
Gross.
heated.
Matt's here.
I think that is too small. My character sheet.
there we go.
Matt, is that visible character sheet wise?
Oh, I need water.
Let's see.
Is that too big?
It's all small. Like I'm full screen and it's pretty small. But
I think I just made it bigger. Tell me if that's better.
So these werewolves are gonna be size large. They're just chunky.
Okay.
Better?
Okay. So the door is a bit ajar. You can place yourself here. Somewhere.
Right here.
In this area. So I'll try to. If I drew a shape, that's probably refers to a building. So I
Got it.
believe this
I
was
made
the
it just a
hotel. That's what it was. And then we have the lawyer.
Put yourselves over here.
I'll
Or,
just lead him over there.
Just lead him over where? The lawyers and accountants? Sorry, I just picked it
I was
up.
making a joke.
Can one of you put me sort of like to form a triangle with Dromik and Marvis, I guess?
I'm just
the
gonna put you
back.
here for now. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, comedy option. Can we, like, what's the guy who drove all
Oh,
the rats,
shit.
or the rats out of Ireland with
Pied
the,
Pipe. Oh no.
yeah, the, I think it's a
Pied
Pied
Piper.
Piper. Can we Pied Piper the werewolves to the dragon fight?
No, because they need to eat something sentient. Actually, maybe.
Yeah.
Dragons are
Dragons are
pretty damn
sentient.
sentient.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah, quite intelligent.
If
know
you
what I-
glance back over your shoulder, the dragon fight seems like a stalemate currently.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we definitely should do that. That's not a comedy option. That's the option. That'll feed them all, and they'll be all
Well,
so happy.
As long as they don't attack King Cyril.
Just
mean,
tell them to
what-
go fight the dragon.
Well,
Yeah,
Let's-
what's bigger, a dragon or an elf?
Elf, definitely elf.
Well,
Yeah.
we also can talk to them.
Kiff will
once
step
they're
up.
probably fed, they'll probably be more.
Able to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Kiff will step up with Marvis because Kiff speaks wolf. Not like a language, but he understands wolf.
You understand
stuff.
wolves.
Bark, grr, grr,
He
bark,
can do
bark,
like a
bark.
howl or
Wait, I
something.
can't hear Charles. What was that?
I think Kiff would understand the basic howls and woofs.
Uh-huh. And gnarls and growls and
Maybe he's not like a pro wolf, but he can communicate.
He's
He
not
could,
a
like,
pro
roll to
wolf.
try to do-
He's a
Amateur
Semi-pro. He's in the
he's a-
minor league working
yeah,
up
he's
his
a minor
skills, and
league
then he's
wolf.
gonna go for the pro. He's gonna go pro.
So currently, you can see the ass end of one werewolf in the door. You can hear some gnolls screaming for help. You can hear the sound of people ripping flesh and breaking bones.
Well, maybe
that's,
they've eaten a couple.
That's what you see here.
Talk to one that's eaten one already. Go for it. Go for it, Kiff.
Kiff is going to let out a howl.
What kind of howl is that?
Like a like a make his presence known sort of howl.
Okay, Bettina turns on and she says, "Do not fuck with our meal." And she seems much more agitated and enraged than previous. Like it's gotten to a point here.
Yeah, like they need to eat.
And she's holding like an old leg. And Marcia is so horrified that she turns and she's gonna. Who is she gonna like hug or like push her face into? I don't know. Let's say Yllaxis.
Oh.
She can't look at it, so she pushes her face into Yllaxis' shoulder.
Kiff will step 5 feet forward and bare a little bit of teeth. And talking through his teeth will go, "Better meat, big meat, there." And he's going to point to the dragon.
They do not have line of sight to that currently because there's a big building in the way.
Oh, crap.
But
Just say there's a dragon.
Hear some of that.
If you want something smart, go eat the dragon.
Yeah, Kiff will say, "The most glorious of hunts. The
Good
best
eats.
of game. Very good eats."
She says, "We have food already, don't we?" And then they kind of all howl from the inside. They'll go, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." And the gnolls are just going, "Yip, yip, 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 yip," like trying to get out. Like there's one that tries to slip out, and she just doesn't have opportunity to attack it, and just knocks it out cold.
Kiff is going to fully bare his teeth and go, "Cowards, going for easy prey."
She says, she just snarls like it was just, "What did you call us?" And then she turns around and a couple more of these guys turn. They say, "We did you a favor. We're hungry.
So we're offering you a better meal. We're giving you something better. There's a dragon who is currently at a stalemate and also a pretty easy target if you jump on him now.
Dragon meat tastes the best.
Well, and it's sentient. It's way more intelligent than these gnolls. Or even me. Let's be real here.
Kiff will
It's a dragon.
Get a little bit closer to Bettina and hunch down in like a more aggressive kind of wolf stance and show a little more teeth and say, "Fur folk, not worth the hunt. Dragon, weak, currently. Have other friends fighting. We'll have meals for days. We'll have stories for years.
Okay.
Always
be
go
like
for better hunt." Okay.
Is anybody else doing anything to persuade, or is that just Kiff there?
Are you saying we can help him? Does anyone else have anything to do to help him?
Do stuff in general.
Oh, that's not a d20. Why am I rolling that?
I guess as Kiff says this, can I just minor illusion like over his head an image of like a tasty looking, dragon haunch, just, like it looks really appetizing for someone. Just like as he's saying it, be like, "Ah yes, look at the meat you could have."
Okay.
That's
Like
my assistance.
You're showing the
Yeah. The cuts.
the glories of the food that they could possibly
Look at that
have.
delicious rump roast right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Nobody really has any way of giving me a plus to these rolls, do they?
I think that's what
Yllaxis, maybe?
Elena was just trying to
Yllaxis.
do, but Yllaxis is
A plus
No.
how so?
I have
I
to
give
roll
you saving
persuasion.
throws. I don't have.
Oh.
Yeah, no problem.
If only we had a bard.
Let's see how it goes.
I had the
I
armor
know.
persuasion.
So
you'd have
so
to
I want to
dodge.
add a little like sizzling meat sound to the
Okay. I'm using my last inspiration on that.
Okay.
Fuck that. That's better. 19.
Does he
Okay.
get any bonus from my delicious-looking dragon
So,
hunt?
but she looks at the illusion, and she looks very internally frustrated for a moment, and she looks like she's about to kind of charge at the tiny and crunchy-looking Kiff.
That's fine.
However, she sees
ground.
Marvis standing tall with a rage in his eyes. And she turns back and she goes, woof woof, she says, there's bigger meat this way.
Kiff will say, I will lead you to hunt. Come. And then Kiff will go away from his aggressive posture into a more like neutral stance, and Kiff will guide them. And Kiff will say, Kiff, be back. Stay here. Help them. And then Kiff will turn around and lead them out the gate towards.
You're gonna ride Altier there.
Yeah, good
You're gonna
call.
ride Altier there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome. It's an awesome image.
Yeah.
That's
Little
awesome.
kobold
Little
boy
tiny
on a
kobold
horse.
on a horse.
I'm gonna
On,
make
like, a
you
big
look like
war
a very
horse.
majestic kobold.
Yes. Leading a pack of werewolves, nonetheless.
And Altier is gold again, you know.
Oh,
'cause
lovely.
he was with us, so he's seeming too.
Yes.
Okay, so does Kiff want to stay there and help, or does he want to like leave him there? Like I assume you don't want to split the party, but just check.
Yeah, not
Yeah, I think
necessarily
that Kiff
support
is
the
just
party,
leaving.
but I do want to give them like I want to like it's a hunt, it's a wolf pack on the prowl. So I'm going to use my wolf-like tendencies from being raised by wolves, and I want to kind of first inspect the battle from a distance and see what's going on, where there's a potential weakness in their flank or whatnot, and just kind of try to give them tips
Give
of
them an
how
angle.
to go around.
So
Yeah.
the main problem seems to be that the dragon and these other dudes can all have a very long range and do not seem to get near the ground at all. And werewolves don't really have any too many ranged attack options. Bettina can cast some spells, but they're having trouble finding a way to get the dragon to come down. And all these winged things.
Does she have
I don't know how
earthbound?
much we want to get into detail with this. If you want to leave it to them, but it's up to you.
Kiff will hand. Kiff still has a +1 hand crossbow that he got ages ago that he never used.
Okay.
Kiff will hand them that, and let's see if he has anything else that might help. Not particularly. You can't give up his heavy crossbow.
Well, and even if they do cast spells, the dragon's a legendary dragon. It has resistance. Don't give him anything that good, you're gonna lose it. I mean, you're
+1
gonna lose it.
crossbow that it doesn't use is totally fine.
Oh, no, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm saying like a spell or like a big stun or something. I wouldn't. They have spells, they can figure it out. That's not our dragon fight.
So he'll give him that, and he'll give him the +1 hand crossbow and his standard short bow that he had from the beginning, because he doesn't use that anymore now that he has the big boy heavy crossbow.
All right.
And yeah, he will also give each of them a mangler tooth as a sign of respect, and say, "Good hunting, friends. See you
Okay.
soon." And then he will hop on Altair and
ride off
head
into
on
the
back.
sunset.
Yes.
Yeah, I put you.
So meanwhile, the gnolls are severely injured and shivering and in shock. And Marcia is talking to them in yip yip noises.
Are there any that are injured, or are they just like freaking out?
Some of them are quite injured.
Because I know there's
all of
one
them
that's
are-
definitely dead, like its leg, but the one that was knocked over, was that dead or just injured?
Unclear. Do you want to try to heal them?
I have some cure wounds. I have level 1 spells.
Okay.
I have also Goodberry.
Okay, this gnoll is going to be named. His name is going to be Tark. He's going to be the leader, or the communicator. Tark says that they were enslaved here by one of the city's nobility, Lord Hastras. He says that man. He says, I don't know what's happening in the city. There's nobody here, but that man should never be put in charge of anything, and he's incredibly cruel to us.
As we are talking, I'm going to use good berry and give like 5 berries to the one that's like severely injured, and then like just tell him to pass the berries around to people who have injuries.
Pass the berry on the left.
There's 10 berries. Just have some berries. They're good. Have these.
They seem much healthier once they've had some berries. And Marcia is very overjoyed to see them happy. She says, "Can I take these back to the fort to keep them safe?" Or Tark says, "I mean, we could help you if there's something we can do. I don't know if we're real fighters here, but
what do they? Are they like? Were they like slaves? Definitely. Like, are they just wearing like cloth? I'm assuming they're not
just
armed.
wearing like rags. They were basically enslaved down there.
Okay, I was just assuming they're not armed because they're armed in the in the pictures.
Do you know if there are other gnolls in the city who might need rescuing?
Yeah, there was. There's a bunch that were enslaved at the soap factory too. Lord Hastris owns all these crafting shops.
That's a name I will remember.
That's the name of a person we've met.
I know, but I'm saying that's a name that we
one.
should. Yeah, we're going to remember that name, and we're going to do something about it.
Yeah.
Feed him to the werewolves.
Kiff will approach the gnolls and go.
Where?
I am here now. Yes.
He has very fast boots.
I know.
And a fast
and a
magic horse. Yeah.
Kiff will tell the gnolls, "Hello, friends. One moment," and then he will press the digitation, kind of clean them one by one, just to kind of, if they were like wet or anything, just to try to warm them up, give them nice, clean, dry clothes. And then he will say, "If you go fort with Marcia, go find Click and Dan. Say friend of Kiff. They help. They make you food."
Okay. They agree. They say thanks a lot.
I think having them here now may be a detriment, but perhaps when the magicians come, or when we go to the magician place, I don't know.
I don't know if they've been enslaved in like a mill for God knows how long. They're probably not.
I know they're probably kind of sad and weak.
That's why I left Click and Bam.
Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna
run
be
them through a gauntlet.
Yeah.
Plus, the more the more enslaved people we have on our side now, once all this shit is over, the better we can do things later.
Okay. So, do you want to send him back to the fort, or do you want to do something here? Send him back, right?
Yes, I think that is the conclusion, is to send them back.
Yeah.
Marcia says, "Thank you so much for taking the time to do this." She says, "I really appreciate you guys." She says, I'll pay you back for it, I promise. And I'll come back as soon as I can. But she's going to take him out. Back to her.
All right.
Okay.
Back to Gromlin, Vesuvius, Martel, and Duncan.
Okay.
Well, lead the way.
I smack the dwarf and go, "Come on."
Lord P says, "Hey, go easy on Duncan. He's one of our best." Roman says, "Yeah, I mean, he was part of the resistance since way back."
He got me killed.
Yes, I actively remember this.
Duncan says, I don't know if that's exactly...
Duncan, just lead us the right way. Go on.
I know that's hard for you, but we need to go to the right direction.
He says, "I'll try not to disturb any in the ancient grave sites."
That
I mean, that's kind of the whole point. I mean, so I probably will, but
yes,
you know what I mean.
Let's not do that. That would be good.
Okay, you get to the old graveyard. It's sealed up with a big old lock. I mean, I'm sure a basic lock isn't going to be too much of a problem for you guys at this point.
It wouldn't be a problem for Varo.
Actually, it might be.
Listen,
well, no. So here's the
strong
thing.
People
it
can
might be
just...
hard to.
I can break it.
Yeah, it might be hard to pick it, but we
actually-
could just smash through it, and it would be fine.
Kiff has +5 sleight of hand.
There's
Oh,
a sign
wow.
on the old graveyard that says this graveyard is condemned due to traces of undead. Please do not enter.
Yeah,
But
remember.
do you have
Great.
a lock
Where did that
picking
cleric
kit?
go?
Oh, Thieves'
I
Tools.
Yeah, you
I
need
can,
Thieves'
I
Tools.
can take a check if you want.
To open it or to do you have
I think
Thieves'
for
Tools?
undead.
For undead.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Please check for undead.
I would never steal anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Divine sense.
She senses undead. She
That's what I was
senses
worried about.
Martell is right next to her. And she senses a general sense of unease and unrest.
Unease, unrest, undead, unforgiving,
All of those
Yielding.
uns. All of
unyielding.
those
That's a good
uns.
one. Yes,
Yes.
Ooh.
that's a good one.
Now, I assume everyone knows, but in case we see a collection of bones or such, just let's not touch them. Historically, it has not
It
gone
hasn't
well for
worked out
us.
well.
Hey,
It's
it was
not
just
you.
bones. I was
There
gonna
was-
crush them.
There were other bones as well that also, once we stepped over them or something, then they rose
That
up.
was, yeah, it was bad.
That's how we met Robert Blackpen as well, I do believe.
I think you're correct. It was
Nod
Robert
to the
Blackpen.
skull.
Yes.
Respectfully nod to the skull.
Kiff says, but I thought we want Bone Friend. And he looks
Martell
at Martell.
says not all undead are evil.
That is
Not
true.
all. Until we know whether they are or not,
Yeah.
I would advise that we don't just go around disturbing bones.
All the graves.
You
Yeah,
can be a little
exactly.
less cautious of short people bones.
Yes.
bit.
Well, I think is this the
Unless it's an
the
evil, murderous
graveyard
child,
of
we
the...
just don't know.
That's true.
I mean, I think we're on the way. So
Okay, is someone gonna smash the lock or pick
Wait.
it? Or...
Do any of these people know how to pick locks?
Well,
Ah.
do we have
Duncan-
thieves?
Or just like, do we have a
Goblin-
lockpicking kit?
Do we have thieves? Do we have thieves tools?
Yes.
And can we give them to Kiff?
Yes, that's I think the biggest thing. If we have thieves' tools, Kiff can probably do it.
I don't
Do you-
think we do because our only thief stayed home.
Do you
Does
have it in?
anyone else have?
Elena, do you have it in your
No.
background? No,
Nope.
I also
Not these
don't.
tools.
I
No,
wasn't
I have an,
just
I have an
assuming that you're a
herbalism
criminal.
kit.
Excuse me.
oh yeah, shove some
That's my
plants in there.
grandson.
Yeah, I have an herbalism
Mind
kit, but that's
you.
about all. That's the kit that I have.
I have a poisoner's kit.
Also
is
a
this
good kit, just not for the situation.
Yeah.
is this like a padlock type of lock or is it just a door that's locked?
It's a bunch of chains and a pad.
All right, I'll try to rip it off.
I mean, I feel like if you put enough stress on it, it would just pop.
Listen,
Marvis
we
is-
don't
before-
have time.
Before Marvis.
Marvis is so
Doug.
enraged that he off.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
cool. I was gonna hand
Ugh.
him a crowbar.
A crowbar, but he's got
Like
it.
engineer's
It's
backbone,
fine. He's
yeah.
got it.
He's made of metal. He doesn't need a.
He grabs it and he's
He's
like,
a
huh.
crowbar.
Anybody can use mechanical advantage.
That is true.
I look at Kiff trying to hand me a crowbar. I was like, "What's that for?" I don't have a mouth. I can't pick my teeth with that.
Kip just shrugs and puts it back in his bag.
Okay, so you're in the old graveyard. You feel kind of cold. There's like a weird mist in here. And there's a bunch of graves. There's an old dead tree. There's a big ominous rock. And there's a crypt entrance with some dwarvish carvings on it.
That's one
Alright,
cool
so-
tree.
Don't know.
really
We go
missing-
to the crypt, or is
Are the
Ylla-
graves in Dwarvish as well? I don't know if I would know.
I read Dwarvish, but
Yeah.
Would Yllaxis
those
know
two-
if the graves are in Dwarvish as well?
Also, we have 3 dwarves with us who I would
I would
dearly
assume
hope
they would
read
probably.
Dwarvish.
Well, Duncan, I'm not 100% sure about, but
I don't
I'm
know.
Lord
com-
Vesuvius,
I'm
I would
confident
hope
he would
can read.
Yes. Yes, I agree with that.
but where are we going? Are we going into the crypt, or are we just digging a hole down?
Starting to raise graves.
Let's see what they say first. Someone please read them.
Duncan.
Okay. Yeah, boss. Just give me a second. He says, "Hey, this
Duncan would
grave's
never-
empty."
Oh, Don't
And Nartel
touch
says, that is
anything.
my grave. I escaped when
Oh,
called
that was
by
his grave.
God.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. Okay.
We were all like, oh no.
Everybody's so
Uh,
jumpy when they
Oh,
see an empty
well,
grave.
there
Jeez.
the other adventurers are supposed to be here as well, Martel, your old friends.
Oh, yes.
The Yllaxis is a creepy skeletal gaze.
Oh,
And Duncan says, yeah, here's the grave of Sheila Sparkle. And Grant the thief. He says there's a memorial plaque for Connor. Seems nobody will know what happened to old Connor the Halfling.
Oh, he was one
He
of
was
the
a
good
wizard?
ones.
Oh, Connor.
We went
we met him.
to his tomb.
I
Yeah.
don't say it in
Yeah, I
character,
think we
but
did, yeah.
Yeah. I also
Martel
don't say it in
says
character.
after what happened in the Valley of God, they were never.
They were never.
Was our last adventure.
You kind of are cutting out a little bit, but you said they were never seen again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like you're trailing off at the end. You should be fine.
Okay, maybe I'm not close enough to the microphone.
I think it's that...
Martel says, after our last adventure to try to find the treasure of the Valley of God, we returned changed and things were never the same. Connor disappeared and the others went mad. That's all he says.
Cool. So,
Oops.
where
What
are we
happened
going?
in the Valley of God? Do we know?
Duncan goes up to the crypt and he says, guys, I think this is the way.
What does it say, Duncan? What does the crypt say? These
Well,
symbols.
he says, I'm pretty sure this is magically locked, and it says,
Are you sure it's not cryptic?
Please
Oh,
read.
Oh.
All right, just
That was
too much at one time.
he says the secret key lies with the keeper under the mountain.
What?
the
That's
secret
what it
key
said.
The
lies with
keeper
the
under...
I'll write it down for you.
This little rock. Can I go up to it?
It's not little, it's bigger than you.
Well, it's a little rock compared to the boulders I saw earlier. This little big rock. Does it have any carvings on it? Does it have anything? I'm not gonna touch it quite yet.
It's just a big rock.
I understand that, Duncan. Thank you.
is that what you used with your stone cunning? You figured out it was a big rock.
Yeah. That's actually a good question. Can you...
You guys ever see that meme identifying wood?
No.
Let me find it. It's the best meme.
I mean, I can I'll just detect magic if that's okay with people. Actually, no, I don't want to detect magic. I don't know if I do or not. You guys want me to just detect magic and see what's going on here? Or should I save it?
I'd save
Up
it.
to you.
Okay, well, because I think that the mountain could possibly have something to do with this rock, but I also don't want to, like, put my hands on it and, like, piss something off.
May I? Duncan said, I'm not touching anything. Duncan said that he thought the door was like magically trapped or something. May I? Oh god, magically locked. Thank you. May I
You're upside down.
investigate? I know I'm trying to write myself, but my hand was anyway. Maggie wants to know if she can investigate or do some magical arcana checks to see if she thinks it is magically trapped.
Are you casting detect magic or not?
I'm not casting detect magic.
Okay, I will give you appropriate amount of information, given that you were not doing that.
Okay.
Okay, you can roll.
All right. This dice. That was So is that investigation or arcana?
You can choose whichever one you want.
Okay. If it's investigation, do I go by my passive investigation as the minimum?
I think there's like something that floors that, right? Didn't we agree
Well,
that you
so-
get to floor that? I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
this out.
Well, so I asked what passive investigation like was good for, and you said that was like what my investigation is floored at.
Okay, so if you have the observant feat, that's what it was. Do you have that feat?
So if I don't have the observant feat, then passive investigation means nothing. Is that what you're saying?
I'm gonna probably say
observant?
yes, because I generally think that investigation is active. I don't want to be
So
a
do you
total
mean like,
passive,
do you
but
mean
I
like
actually
you have to
totally
touch
makes
stuff?
sense.
Or...
That-
Yeah, that's fair.
trying to, like,
No,
look
that
at them.
that makes sense. I was more just asking because I think we discussed this like last session or 2 sessions ago. Anyway, okay, in that case, it was a 12.
Okay, so you figure you're gonna need to cast Detect Magic to learn more information, but
Okay.
you think he is right. There is something probably magical about the.
Good to know.
I could just do that if you...
It doesn't have a handle or a key lock or anything.
Remember,
It just has the message.
I have more... Let me do it. I'm happy to do it. I will cast Detect Magic. I want to detect both the stone and the door, if possible. Can I just, like... Because I know it's in a cone, I'll, like, start it here and then just go doot, 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 up to the door.
That's 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's a little while. I want to kind of just do a little lap.
Buddies, goblins.
Ah. This
All right.
ominous rock! What is going on? This rock is ominous. Connected to me.
Okay, you sense something magic under the rock, and you sense the door.
Aha! I knew it!
Conjuration magic.
I
And
knew it.
abjuration.
I will relay this, that there is definitely conjuration and abjuration magic at the door, and there is also something magical underneath the rock, which I knew it. Anyway,
Duncan says, hey, maybe when it says, under the mountain, that first of that rock there.
I am assuming that is correct, Duncan, yes. Don't go digging yet. I can just dig for free. Give me a hot second.
Kiff would like to interject.
Yes?
Kiff say, this short folk dwarf grave. Maybe short folk should do digging.
Maybe. I'm not gonna dig anything quite yet. I want to take a lap just to feel if anything else magical.
I've read the book of dwarven culture. Does it
good
say
call.
anything about disturbing their graves that's like a violation, or like what? How do they treat their dead in terms of respect and whatnot?
Based on what you remember, the god Dumathon is the keeper of secrets. Also, he kind of guards the dead. So, and that's why he can make undead servants sometimes. And it says that usually it's considered an extreme blasphemy to disturb the dwarven dead without a very holy purpose in doing so.
Oh, well, good thing we have that.
So,
and definitely for a non-dwarf, it's considered. Anyway, Dromik detects something magic in Sheila's grave and something.
What did you say about Druid and Dwarf at the end? I'm sorry.
No, it's a super disrespectful if you're not a dwarf doing it.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's
so
like
I won't
extra
touch.
super disrespectful. Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch anything unless given direct orders to do so.
So
I'm not that dumb.
since Martel is kind of the messenger of this ancestral power, if he was the one kind of brought up to give us all this message, maybe Martel should be the one to dig.
I agree. It doesn't get much holy.
Before he starts
dwarf
digging,
than
you
him.
said these two graves have something magic about them?
You detect something magic in each of these graves.
Is there any school particularly, or do I not know? That's okay if not.
Necromancy.
It might be.
They
but
might.
I'm asking.
If, like,
I'm
magical
asking because I get to know the
items.
school, and I would like to know from the DM.
Roll
Okay. I don't know if I know necromancy particularly. Oh,
Since
god
you
damn
did
it!
cast-
This one's going away. That's 7
What is your
plus
passive arcana? Since you did cast.
technically 11.
Okay, you can have 11. So you're
Yeah.
pretty sure that the bones are a little bit necromantically enchanted, and there are at least one magic item, permanent magic item in each of the graves.
Great. I am going to say something to Gremlin that I'm going to say it to everyone, but Gremlin is the closest to me.
I don't know. You shouldn't really dig up old bones.
I would never. I would never touch I would never touch a dwarf's grave. I would prefer if a dwarf did it.
Promise is no. That's not how the story goes. You see, Martel was part of an adventuring group. With Sheila, she was an elf wizard, and Grant was a human thief. Isn't that right, Martel? Martel says, yeah. And Connor was another wizard, but he vanished. No one could find where he went exactly.
So, how does the story go? How will they come back?
Yeah, well, I said the last adventure we went on, we heard there was some great treasure from beyond time and space in the Valley of Gant in the north. We went up there, he says, I can barely even remember what happened. When we got back, Sheila and Gaunt were just lost in a haze of madness, and I managed to put my affairs in order and give my good loot to my nieces and nephews, which led to Lord V over here. But those two just kind of went to a bad end. And Connor, I never saw him again.
Well,
Do you
out of
think...
character, we met Connor.
Yeah, we did.
So.
Do you think that... I'm going to direct towards Martel. Do you think that Sheila and Grant may have items that turned them mad? Or do you think that they are currently unsettled? Do you think it would be wise to even disturb these graves or let them stay? I can tell that they both perhaps could be raised. I am not an expert in necromantic magic, but there is definitely necromantic magic as well as some type of magic item underneath here. And I'm going to gesture to both graves. In this general zone,
I really like Rob's there. Or no, that wasn't Rob, that was from Matt.
Wait,
Yeah.
what was it?
That's how Duncan used his stone cunning.
What?
Yeah.
Look in general.
He's like, yeah, rock.
Oh no.
Okay,
Yep,
so who's Dromik asking this question? Is he asking it to everyone?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not gonna like hide that I am whatchamacallit. I'm not I'm not gonna hide that what I found under here. But I'm also not gonna like be mad at anyone who doesn't want to disturb graves. I'm just saying, hey, this is here.
Okay, so Gromlin and Lord V look and they say, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I mean, if you think it's worth the risk. Martell is kind of silent on it. He says, those were good friends, but they changed when we went to that cursed place. I wouldn't
All I'm
touch
gonna
their
say
bones.
is...
Although we did find some amazing magic items there. I don't know if it's good to touch their bones.
Lord Vesuvius, it was your idea to come here and gain further support from your ancestors.
He says, these aren't my ancestors. They aren't dwarves. We gotta go in the crypt.
Yeah, the dwarves are in the crypt.
Oh,
yeah. No, these guys are other adventurers.
That's up to you.
No, I was just wondering if they could be beneficial to us. If you don't think so, we don't have to touch them.
He says you guys are very intrepid risk takers. He says I'm just a simple dwarf businessman.
Fair enough.
He says,
I'm just saying.
Anytime I'm not. If you want to take a risk, look get some more loot. That's totally up to you.
Kiff says,
I respect your decision.
Kiff take big no-nos sometimes. This really big no-no.
Yeah, I don't feel particularly comfortable pulling up someone's grave if I think they're going to be upset about it, especially if they died unsettled.
Historically, we haven't had great luck with disturbing bones of
No, I agree.
dead
That's why I asked and did not touch anything. Because I ain't a dum-dum.
But
I think it's totally
To be fair, I was very surprised that no one tried to loot the slime warlock on these items. But anyway, go ahead.
No thanks.
The slime warlock?
Yeah, the
one with power would kill. We
had
to fight about the skull. Yeah, we got rubies from
people were skull, man.
We were worried about the skull coming back to life because
all right, we're getting distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, brass tacks. Let's.
What has happened has happened.
Kiff will say, Bone Friend, you come from dwarf gods to give message. Maybe you do dig. Maybe dig meant for you.
But
he means
told
dig
us
under the rock.
My muscles say they used to be, and I'm just bone now. And these guys are trying to lift the rock, but they're struggling.
I don't think lifting is the right way.
I'm gonna try to help lifting
wait. We don't want to touch anything if we're not dwarves. It's like a huge no-no if you're not a dwarf.
Kiff will say,
I understand that,
Well, if we're
but the
gonna,
thing is, we have gotten permission from these guys who want our help to help their ancestors.
why-
It's not
why
like
would-
we're doing this as grave robbers.
okay, well, then,
Martel says dwarves have often used the spirit bound in a metal body as trusted ally
okay,
Use
if you would like to do that,
golems.
go for it.
for the Emperor.
I just
Outlaw.
thought that I could use my free special digging ability for one time, and I will never get to use it.
Oh.
It's fine.
There's gonna be opportunities, trust me.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
going into a tunnel.
Like every time there's a barrier.
Who has
under-
a siren in the background? Is that just like a random man outside?
Yeah, this is Hobo. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so is anyone doing anything?
I'm helping trying to lift this boulder.
Kiff
Marvis
will-
instantly lifts it over, and you find a shiny little key underneath it.
I'm gonna just grumble and be like, I could have done that. I'm just gonna wait at the door.
I'm gonna look at you. Are you sure you could have lifted that thing?
No, I could have dug under it and everything would have been fine. It would have been over 10 minutes ago. I knew there was something under that rock before I even detected magic. Waste of a spell.
Yes, you're very
If you're
perceptive.
quick, you can
Dromik.
still use it. for the
I'm
10 minutes.
grouchy.
I mean, yeah, we are heading down to this.
No,
like,
I know. We
ancestral
can keep
tomb.
going. I'm joking. I'm
Okay,
laughing.
grabs a
as I'm
key
saying.
and opens the door. And
does
there is a sarcophagus under there. And there's a statue, which it's a statue of a dwarf, kind of leaning back and holding a sack.
Like
Charles, if you're talking, you're
a
breaking
sack?
up.
Yeah, you're breaking up
Can
real
you hear
bad.
me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know why that's doing that.
It's
You're like
the ends of your sentences.
end
trail off.
beginnings.
Yeah.
It's beginnings and ends.
Well, my camera's pretty far. Can you hear me now? Is it louder or different?
Yeah, that's bad.
It's so much
you
better.
threw your camera microphone.
Okay.
I'm using the camera microphone, yeah.
That's
Yeah, that was
definitely
it.
why, yeah.
Because
the
I think
cameras.
the idea of making like mouth or breath sounds, I really never want to do that.
Mouth sounds.
Yeah, I understand that. No, yeah,
Mouth
you're much better now.
sounds.
So anyway, Duncan goes in there. Vesuvius goes in there. Martel goes in there.
I think we're following them, correct?
Yep.
We should probably bring Mercy just at least
Yep.
to hang out here.
I'm
Don't touch
staying
anything.
near Mercy.
I don't know where Fontiev's
Uh,
going or Altier's going.
I'm going to stand next to you too. In fact, why doesn't Mercy ride Altair right
Yeah,
now?
sure. I just brought him inside the graveyard because I didn't know where everyone was.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Is
you
there
know
any
what?
carvings on there, Duncan?
I'm going to stay by Altair just for movement purposes.
Yeah, good question.
I
Carving?
think this is one of the old gods. I'm trying to remember which one though.
Might I recognize it?
From your experience.
You did
From a
read a
big old
dwarven
book
book.
of dwarven stuff. Like, I could roll
Yeah.
religion if you want. That sounds like the perfect
Yeah.
use of
You
religion.
recognize it as Abathar, god of gold.
Oh, it's
and greed.
Abathor, the god of gold. And greed.
Yeah.
Good job, Sean.
Thank you.
Lord V says, "Oh yeah, I remember that. Some say he was an evil god, and they tried to keep him out of the church."
I also heard that.
They have
Duncan
also
says, "I
said
don't know,
we
though.
eat
You know, I think
babies.
saving money is something dwarves should do. You know, saving money. You know, providing for your family and your grandchildren."
This church also did say that we ate babies. I have never. So, I would not
You've
believe
eaten
everything.
eggs.
I
Which
do
church?
not eat eggs.
Wait, which church?
The emperor.
No,
the
this is a
same-
different church.
Oh,
this is
different
dwarf.
church.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
old dwarf. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about this current the big boys. Like they've
yeah.
said a lot of things, but no, it's okay.
Kiff is going to approach Martel,
Okay.
and he's going to reach into his pack and hand Martel. He'll hand him like 10 gold, and be like, "Here, for offer."
child. Offers it to the statue. Poof. Coffin pops up. And there's stairs leading down.
Duncan, lead the way.
You hear an ominous gold
Well, someone's happy.
in the air.
Gold,
Kiff will kind of say
Oh.
out loud to the party, like, met dwarf trader on path one day. He tell me phrase, money talk. I guess that's what he mean. And then he will step back and motion for the dwarven friends to go down.
Damn it, Rob.
He will say,
Damn it, Rob.
What did you post a GIF? I love
Yep.
gold. the GIF recaps are so good. If you guys aren't part of GIF recap on my Discord, highly recommend.
Right,
okay.
Duncan, lead the way, please.
Do we
Yeah.
need a marching order, or are we okay?
Duncan's
This
first,
tunnel's
after
kinda
me.
Yeah, Duncan is first. That is the marching order. Duncan is first.
It's not drawn perfectly to scale. It's kind of a single file tunnel here.
Yeah, I'm just
That's
wondering
fine.
who wants to go where. I'm assuming
oh.
Yllaxis and Maggie will be next to each other.
short folk go
Right.
first. I'll go
Right
right
after
behind the torch.
Duncan, I'll go. Yeah, it's gonna be Duncan, then me, then the other dwarves.
I'll go.
How
then-
far ahead of you do you want Duncan to be?
Is it dark in here?
You may want to
There's
line
no
yourselves up.
I'm.
I don't know where Mercy's going.
Do you guys want to
Yllaxis.
have the light on, or do you want to rely on the dwarf vision?
I'm going to make myself a torch because I have a tinder kit and a torch, I believe. In my...
For now, a torch.
He's the not.
I'm going to
human
make
torch.
myself a torch.
Does
Twin
Yllaxis want to
powers
be
activate. Shape of a torch.
What were you
in
gonna
front
say,
or
Elena?
behind Maggie?
Guys, we got a second raid. Hello.
I could take up the rear,
Oh.
but the thing is, like, I've got my horse and all my movement. I prefer to be. You know what? I'll get behind you. It's not a big deal.
Why is
You
that about
and
changing
Mercy
colors?
can get
Oh.
there. It's not a terribly
No, I was
big.
gonna say because I have like long range spells and stuff.
I have.
so
I would prefer to be in front because it takes me a while to get up
Yeah.
there.
that is why I would.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Welcome to D&D.
Charles, I am on
Um,
Altair. I
This is
just
a unique night.
really fit
I
him.
won't be doing
I don't
too
think that you
much
can be on a
talking
horse
out
in this tunnel.
loud, just because
Okay.
I want to stay in character
and I am
and
not
make
on
sure
a
I don't
horse,
disturb
and
my
he is
fellow players.
bringing
How
up
about we-
the rear.
you. Everything's going
with the
very
exception
well.
of Fontiev.
We might be getting into a fight, but I'm not
That's
100% sure.
I would probably
exploring this
say
time.
let Duncan be 10 to 15 feet away from me, ahead.
Okay.
Just in case something does happen, it's Platsum first, and then I'll
Okay.
pretend to save him.
Oh,
Oh.
don't! No.
Oh
don't.
no, Duncan.
Oh,
He
no,
fell
no.
in a pit of
He fell.
spines.
That's fine.
Oh
That's how
no.
we're
no.
killed. Duncan.
Yllaxis, I would hate to suggest anything to separate you from Altair, but do you think it may be wise if he stays at the entrance to the crypt and just makes sure nothing approaches?
The little
We could
guard.
do that too.
If
That's
it's-
not a bad option.
If
That's
it's hard for him to fit, through this very looks like it's a narrow opening.
we can do that. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Okay. So, you ready for Duncan to make his report?
Yep.
I
He
think so.
says, he gets to the edge of the thing and he almost falls off it. And he says, "Whoa!" And he loses balance for a second, and then he comes back.
Like, what happened?
He says, guys. This, looks like somebody's dug into this part of the tunnel. I don't know. You better take a look.
Lead the way, Duncan.
He says, "Well, I did lead the way, and I don't know if I'm personally equipped for the situation
Lead
down
the way, Duncan.
He's like, no, after you.
Marvis is like, I don't think I
there." He
misspoke.
was looking down the
I
back of
didn't
Marvis.
stutter.
Yeah, I did not stutter.
Kiff just sighs and he's
Are you
kind of-
pushing Duncan?
Yes.
No.
I'm
He's
not
like
gonna push him
ushering-
all the way to the edge,
He's
but
he's ushering him forward
to show me what he's talking
to show.
about.
Yeah, he's not trying to push Duncan over. I don't think he's just asking what's going on.
Okay.
So what do I see with my torchlight?
Where did I put this stuff? Oh crap! I accidentally deleted the thing I was trying to hide. Anyway, you hear some squishy sounds, and you see a lot of large bugs down there. They're all kind of like seem to have had some kind of nest down there.
Oh,
You
dear.
said bugs, right?
Yes, bugs.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
There are various forms and flavors. You're pretty sure there are various forms and flavors of Umberhulk.
Oh, no thank
Oh.
you.
No, thank you. No Umberhulk, please. Umberhulk, go away.
Do we see any other pathways across?
You see, it looks like the stairs. Well, the stairs
God.
has.
Hello.
Well, not on you. It's like the stairs kind of shattered.
Oh, they
and then
got
there's a big
Duncan.
No,
Those
no.
are just pink circles for me. Are those supposed to be
Yeah,
pink
they're pink.
circles?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
also.
Okay,
I
those are
tried to make them
supposed to.
round, but like, yeah.
No, they're supposed
They're
to be
very
circles.
shiny
Okay.
pink
Oh, okay.
circles.
Yeah, they are. They
They
are
look like
supposed. I was
candies.
just worried that they were
They're
supposed to be a
round.
different asset. Okay. They're just
Okay.
showing up as circles.
So I'm just slowly adding details here. So there's a bunch of different shapes and sizes of Umberhulk here. So like,
Okay.
I don't like that.
there's like smaller worker
I don't know
type
if
guys,
I
there's
do
slightly larger.
either.
And not only that, there is a couple of what looks like dead people who are being chewed on.
Oh.
And there's an ominous chest, of course.
Of course.
And the pathway, the pathway continues, just where you would expect it to. It looks like the stairs just collapsed there because they were digging through here.
Okay, but we don't see like other pathways along the wall or like.
The wall is kind of like stone bricks.
Okay.
So, like, if somebody wanted to try to dig around it with their amazing digging skills, that could be a thing.
I can't go through
Stone.
stone. You told me that
It's bricks.
I can't
with
go
earth
through.
in between.
I thought I was very specifically only allowed
Well,
to dig in,
I mean,
in ground and
it-
sand.
But you
I
could-
think
if
he
you
means-
dismantle the bricks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
if I
that's
pulled
what he
off the
means, yeah.
bricks, there's stuff
It's
behind.
not a solid stone or solid
Okay.
metal wall.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So that could be one potential solution.
So-
Yeah.
I also
We have
a
to
potential
liquefy
solution.
them?
No, we can just take them off. Is what he's saying.
Kidding.
Pull them off. Oh.
Oh god.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
God.
I didn't. Oh no.
No,
that is.
yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
the-
That's
Yeah.
horrific. I don't want to look
That
at that.
is horrific. Oh my god, Charles, where did you find that?
They're like, did you want a very
That, like,
graphic ox
disturbed
carcass?
all of us.
Because I got
Jesus.
what you were asking
Oh my
for.
god.
You
Why
know,
does that exist as an option in TTS?
for
Holy
all
sh-
your horror needs.
Help.
If you want
Oh,
to
no.
be
If you want to
haunted.
frighten your character players, here you go.
This is it. What's
You
worse
got-
than an Umberhulk? A very
we
realistic looking.
transcended tabletop right now and got straight into Outlast.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Alright, alright.
Anyway,
Alright, back to
Um,
game.
it's a
Kiff
queen.
Yeah, what is
has-
this giant pink?
We don't know.
She making
Yeah.
the
Nobody
babies.
knows anything.
It's a very large one. You might assume it's in charge because it's large.
Kiff
Large
has a
and in
twinkle
charge.
in his eye.
Yes, queens are.
I'm going to lower myself to Duncan's level. I'm gonna be like, this is what, the third time you've led us to danger.
Duncan,
I
Yeah,
swear to-
it's almost as if he's trying to kill us.
The danger happened. It's just there.
Swear to
does
God,
anyone go-
Duncan. There's gonna be a misstep. And I'm gonna be like, oh no, Duncan fell in. I don't know what's gonna happen, Duncan. I don't know what's
Are
gonna
you
happen.
threatening Duncan?
I think he is threatening Duncan.
You guys don't hear this. It's me
No, you're
and Duncan
whis-
alone.
You're whispering. Amazing.
If this happens again, Duncan, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Jesus, I don't make danger. I'm just a guide.
A guide. Guide does not lead to danger. Guide leads away from danger.
He says, okay, man. All right. You know what? So, you want me to run for it?
Gotta learn your
You want-
caves better, Duncan.
I wouldn't trust
it
him
says
running
Duncan
away
out.
anywhere because
No.
he's gonna run into danger.
I'm gonna, like, Duncan, let's go back to the party. Let's just.
So Kiff wants he kind of hears that there's a pit in the way, and Kiff gets a little twinkle in his eye, and he's gonna run past the doors and squeeze me.
Kiff, where you are?
Metal Man,
Yes.
please throw me. Kiff fly like bird.
I'm
He
sorry,
does.
what?
Oh, he has the wings.
You
he has
do have the
wings.
wings. Actually, he does have the
Oh,
wings.
that's right.
Yeah, he believes.
I don't know
he
this. I've been
flies.
asleep for like the past 12 hours. I don't know what
Right.
Kiff has
Uh,
on him.
And Kiff just goes, "You didn't notice these?" And he pulls the strings a little bit, and he kind of flaps a little.
He's made a little backpack, right? You made a
Yeah,
flappy
Okay,
backpack.
Kiff.
I don't know if you've seen the diagram in
Yeah, I
That
saw
did,
Discord.
yes, he made the
Yeah, I saw it.
diagram. He has a flappy backpack out of
As
chitness.
player, I know what it
Yes.
is.
Yeah,
As
as
Marvis,
Marvis,
I'm
you
like,
have no idea.
okay, Kiff, what are you gonna do on the other side by yourself?
Kiff throw rope, at least. It's start, right?
For me, I don't know if these things can see in the dark. And Kiff, no rope can hold me.
I thought Metal Man jump.
How tall is the ceiling in here? Oh, generous DM.
In this hallway, it's like
A wonderful great DM.
beyond the stairs is 30-foot drop down, so like total of 40-foot high cavern here.
Okay.
I might be able. Uh-oh, Matt just got disconnected.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
No.
It's
We're
okay.
gonna miss Kiff
It's okay.
flying.
It's 11:05. We'll make it
Yeah.
through. We'll get across. That's our last job for tonight. I mean, again, I could just
It's after 11.
yeah, we could just
Yeah.
I could
We
dig.
could probably stop here.
Yeah.
Or you
If
can
we
throw
were-
Kiff.
I was gonna
I-
say if Kiff
We
wants
really
to be
s-
thrown, we could throw him and then maybe.
I mean,
I'll
I'm really
happily-
scared to
I'll
throw him
hap-
over the overhooks, but if you think it's
I'll
okay.
happily
if
throw
he wants
Kiff
to do it.
because the rest of the party is not here to stop me.
Nope.
Yeah,
This is a
no, that's
very
true.
narrow pathway.
Nope.
Yeah, we can't get
Maggie's
to
very
you
far
to
behind.
physically stop you, and Maggie and Yllaxis probably have no idea as to what's going on yet.
They're probably at the end of the line going, like, what's going on?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Why
why
is
are
it
we
not-
stopped? Yeah.
I have
So-
Yllaxis, Dromik, like 3 dwarves,
Right.
and Marvis. Sorry, 4 dwarves and Marvis.
dwarves.
So there's no way.
Well, 3 dwarves and a skeleton.
Well,
yeah.
if I'm gonna
Alright.
have to make a
See-through.
roll for this, it's going to have to wait because I can't get back in.
Or you
Right.
could roll in the Discord if you're feeling lucky.
I've attempted that many times and it has failed horribly.
Same.
It
Yeah.
went well for your wild magic rolls. None of those went horribly wrong.
Mm.
Your call, Matt.
But
Well,
it's
I
up
thought,
to you.
so the wings from what we described last time is
You made a backpack.
when activated,
Featherfall.
they give me Featherfall.
I'm
Right.
just gonna say, as long as you have them on, it will give you Featherfall.
Yes.
I'm worried if you fall, like if you're not thrown far enough. How many feet is it? What is it? From the edge, just like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
30
30,
down and then
35.
about 40 across.
I'm just saying straight across is 40 feet.
Diagonal down, yeah.
Oh, slightly diagonal. It's like 40,
It's
45.
like, this is, I don't know if I made this clear, but this is stairs going down, and then it was just broken in the middle by
Okay.
this
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
wall
Yeah.
that was stuck by the books.
So he could probably make it if I'm able to throw him hard
Can
enough.
you throw? Well, yeah. The question is, can you confidently throw him 45 feet? I don't know how
With
throw mechanics
using
work.
strength, yes.
Yeah, don't I weigh,
Dexterity,
45
most likely not.
pounds?
I don't know. Do you weigh 45 pounds?
Something like that. Like kobolds are pretty light.
Well, I
I think
feel
they
like
are,
it's
but-
just it should be just the strength, right? Because
Yeah.
Kiff has the wings to
backpack
guide
part.
himself, so he
Uh,
would do the dex part.
The 5e race variant of kobolds average 30 pounds.
Okay. So Kiff is
That's light.
one light boy.
He's like a child.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna be like, all right, Kiff, you have a long enough rope. That's about.
Oh,
50
you know
feet.
what you should do? Have a dwarf hold on to the very end of the rope, because
Yeah, that's
God
what I was gonna do.
forbid. Yeah, good call. Then you could just
Yeah.
pull him back while he's feather falling. Okay.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Yes.
I'm
So-
sorry.
Just
This,
Duncan.
this specific GIF I just posted ended up being funnier than I anticipated.
I'm looking forward to see
Except I'm
You'll
not
have
tossing
to
him.
toss. Did you see the
Except
GIF?
No,
I'm
it's
not
the
throwing
part that
a
comes
door.
afterwards I wasn't expecting.
Subtle shell.
Perfect.
Just watch the full GIF because I wasn't expecting the second part of it.
The trebuchet. Amazing. Amazing.
Incredible.
It just gets
Okay.
thrown to the air.
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
do this. You got it.
How much rope do you have, Kiff?
50 feet.
50 feet?
Anybody? I'm gonna ask Duncan. Do you have any other rope? I just want to make this long enough, so just in case,
No.
because I don't think I have.
Do any of the
I
dwarves
do.
have rope? You have rope?
I have
Okay,
50.
cool.
I have 50.
I'm not there, but
We'll tie 'em
Yllaxis
together.
has 50 feet
Alright.
of rope.
Yeah, I think everyone has 50 feet of rope.
All right.
Except for maybe Maggie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I have
tie.
50 feet of rope.
You did? Okay,
Unless I used it, but
No,
I
I
didn't
just didn't know if
cross
it
off,
came
so.
with your thing or not.
I'm gonna tie my 50 feet with Kip's 50 feet. Tie 5 feet of rope around Kip, right? Or
I mean,
less? Three.
probably like a foot and a half. Just
Yeah.
put it around my waist. I'm
Yeah.
just a little boy.
All right.
This is Kip circumference.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this
night-
game has broken me.
All right. I'm going to.
I can't stop
I'm going
laughing.
to tell Duncan and Lord Vesuvius to hold this other end of the rope as tight as they can.
Okay.
Yllaxis, could you see what's happening?
Dromlin says, "Can I hold it too?"
No,
No. Okay.
No.
No, go ahead.
No.
I was
Yeah.
responding to Maggie. I was gonna say Dromik is lurching in the way.
Yes,
sure.
I'm
I'm like,
just in the way. I can move up slightly.
No, it's
That's
fine. It's
Okay.
fine. It was.
Yeah.
All right.
We're just
Okay.
role playing.
Oh, no,
Alright.
that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
What's going
Kiff,
on? What's taking them so
roll
long?
up into a tight as a ball as you can.
I have such a bad feeling.
Yep,
It's like
Kip will
waiting for
Alright.
the girls' room at the concert. You know.
Ah,
Kip will
those
kinda,
were the good old
hunker
days.
down. He has his back facing the ceiling. So
Lord V
once
says,
he-
"After this is all over, a concert would be a fine idea."
All right. I'm going to get as close
did
as
he
the edge
say?
as I can, and I'm going to chuck
You
our
can see
little
the
boy.
dwarves kind of milling around doing various tasks, like they're
Alright.
moving stuff, digging.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna-
maybe
Cleaning
a second or two after I'm released from Marvis's hands, I'm going to pull my ropes and outstretch my wings.
Right. I'm gonna chuck our little lizard boy across.
Okay, do you want to roll athletics or acrobatics?
Whoa,
Stand by.
who? Are you talking
who?
Marvis or Kiff?
I think they should each choose one and roll it.
Yes,
Uh,
okay.
I'll take acrobatics.
Okay.
I'll take athletics.
Yeah. Sarah, can you roll for me? I have a.
You
I
don't
have
want
a
me to
red
roll
die.
for you. I'm bad luck.
Okay.
Do you,
stand
here,
by.
if-
Risk the discord.
here's what we're gonna do. Matt,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to your table, which is which one? The pink one?
Yeah.
Roll
I'm
the
gonna go to
bean
your
die.
table. No, and Matt needs to come over and roll his own bean die.
Yeah.
Come,
I'm doing
you
that right
come
now.
here and click the mouse. I
I'll
am
be
not.
off mic for about
I
10
wash
seconds.
my hands of this situation.
Alright.
Well, technically, they can hear you through my mic, so it should be fine. Okay.
Real quick, Charles. Do I still
That's a
have rage
D12.
on since I did lift the rock?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, you can still have that.
Fine. Bean down is
I
Okay.
feel like you would be pissed off
Wait,
at this
is it
point
in the
anyway.
bean die
Yeah.
bag?
No, I think.
Mm,
That's doing it.
+9 acrobatics.
I don't. Do I have? I have advantage, right?
18
On
total
athletics, yeah.
for Matt.
Same freaking number. 11 for me.
18 total for Matt.
18 total.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So with a slightly awkward throw, Kiff kind of coasts down and he almost bumps into the pupa over here. But he kind of coasts on by.
Are the steps at the same level as the other boys?
Do you want me to tell what happens to Kiff?
Yeah.
or-
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I'm sorry, maybe I didn't make this clear. So it's the stairs going down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 45 degrees going down the whole way.
Yeah,
This
I
whole room
understand.
is just dug by the bugs, and during the digging, they happened to collapse the stairs, but they didn't give a shit.
Yeah, so it's on a downward slope.
No,
Yeah.
my question is
Yeah.
the bottom of the stairs at the same level as all of the Umber Hulks?
The
No.
hallway continues with just some extra bug dust
Okay.
around it.
I was just wondering if he had bumped
Going
into someone
downstairs.
because they were in the same. No, okay, keep going.
So he bumps into the pupa. The pupa kind of wiggles a little bit, and it feels oily. Anyway, he keeps falling down. With his wings, it's just silent coasting. and the stairs keep flying down. He could put down his feet and stand on the stairs if he wants to. He seems to be heading towards some kind of a room.
Yeah. Once Kiff reaches maybe like about here or so, he would like to plant himself,
Okay.
and then untie. Well, he's gonna mutter to himself. Did we ever establish what dragon Kiff was originally enslaved in before he was exiled?
I don't think so. I think you. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I asked you. It's up to you.
Oh wait, what color are you?
I'm like a bluish.
So maybe it was those blue dragons. I thought, but I'm not 100% sure.
Let's see.
Anyway. By the time you land, your back feels kind of itchy in a strange way.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, Kiff. Well, Kiff is gonna mutter to himself once he lands, like, "Take that, dragon! Look who's flying now!" And then he's gonna walk over to kind of the edge of the stairs and give Marvis a little wave, and then he'll tack a piton into the wall to tie the rope to.
The bugs do not seem to notice it.
So we have a rope across here, and do we want to pause here for tonight? It is 11:15.
I think we should. It is
Okay, cool.
15.
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
I believe Matt has work in the morning.
Oh yeah.
I also have to get up at 5:30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's that time.
I've
go
had a lot of fun playing with you guys. Thanks a
Yeah,
lot.
tonight was super fun.
That
Tonight was
fun.
super fun. A little nerve-wracking at times for me because I don't understand scale, but very fun. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording. But first, you guys want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.